Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. This is Fun Speculation Podcast. Today is February the 12th, and we are live. Got Jasper here joining us. What's up, Jasper? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. My week is done for now, and I got a 3D printer last weekend, so I've been playing around with the 3D printing stuff. So that's kind of been what
Oh,
I've been up to.
what's the first thing
So
you
yeah.
made?
Uh, what was the first thing I made?
It's got to be a Star something
Oh,
from Star Trek.
no, it was either like the Halo Cortana chip thing that like
Oh
plugs in the
yeah,
back of Master Chief's helmet, or it was like a Gengar Pokemon. Like it was one of
yeah.
those two. Was either the first one.
Right on, dude. Yeah, I've always kind of been curious, like, to get one of those just to make some random shit. It could be fun. Is it expensive to get the stuff? Like the
The printer was
plastic,
like
whatever. What does it take?
200.
Is it like plastic or what do you put in it?
It's called filament. Yeah, it's called
Ooh, you're
about
cutting out.
dollars.
Ooh, yeah, you're botting big time, bro. Big time. But I think maybe it's Cortana's chip is malfunctioning. Because it was like botting pretty bad. I don't think it was me. I don't think it was me. Was it? Is it me, chat, or we both botting, or is it just Jasper? Let me know. What's up, Fuzz? How you doing? How Jasper dropped out. So,
Doing okay. My voice probably sounds a little scratchy, but my messed up my back last week, so
oof.
still recovering.
Yeah. Oh, man, back pain's no joke, bro. Hopefully, it's not too bad.
Yeah, it's gotten better. Like the first day, I believe it or not, I had to use a walker, so I'm really feeling old now. But
Right.
uh,
Damn.
moving around, just not enough cat plates. Wife's got to do that for now. I'm gonna be the one feeding cats tonight.
Yeah. Uh, the thing that I do lately, if somebody like lately, I've been doing this is swapping the clothes from the dryer to the washer. You know, and that's the back thing for me. Is like just bending down to do that. It's like, oh my god, each time is like the back. I'm just saying that just so she can hear me because she's sitting next to me. Just so yeah, she's giving me daggers right now. I'm just kidding. No. Um dude, yeah, but no joke. Back shit is sucks. So hopefully it gets better for you, man. I've been, yeah, a little under the weather, so we didn't end up having a show last week. Hopefully my voice holds up because it's been kind of like in and out over the last week, and it's been pretty like dry, So we'll see how it holds up for this show. But Jasper's gonna reset. He said in the chat because his internet sucks. You would think the Space Force would have better internet. You know, you would think that like that would be a pretty important, reliable thing to have for the Space Force. And I remember when
Yeah.
Jasper got on base, remember he couldn't get internet for like a couple months, and now his shit's botting because his internet's so bad. Yeah, I don't get it. Where's the taxpayer money going? Huh? Huh? All right. Well, anyway, thanks everybody in the chat for joining us. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, today there was a state of play, and I haven't seen it yet. I was out of the house when it came on. So I thought, hey, it'd be fun to just watch it. I know it's like an hour. So, but I don't know if you've seen it yet, Fuzz.
Yeah, I saw it. Some good stuff, some okay stuff, but
Okay.
they at least tried and they filled it out for the full hour, so
Right on.
they
So,
did okay.
well, I'm gonna put it on, and I'm gonna, if you want to put it on as well, Fuzz, and go through it again, kind of watch it again. I don't know what, but I'm gonna put it on and kind of react to it because I feel like we need to talk about what's in the state of play, and I haven't seen it yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, so I want to do that. And chat, if you, I don't know if you've seen the state of play yet, but we are gonna watch it here. Minnesota daycares. What is Psycho talking about? Minnesota daycares. What's up, Psycho? Hope you're doing well, man. I know you've been going through a lot, bro. Hope you're doing all right. But I don't know what Minnesota daycares means. Is that a thing? I'm like, is it over my head? What's up, Cage? How's it going? Cyber says it's one of their best state of plays. Right on.
Yeah, it's definitely the best they've had in a while.
Right on. Cool. Well, just before we start playing it, you there, Jasper?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, right on.
As I was saying, I think it's called Filament, and they cost like $15 each. The ones I was buying. So.
Oh, okay, that's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's a lot better than like a laser printer.
Yeah.
You know, those things are like $100 plus for just one color. You know. All right, everybody. I'm gonna play this state of play, but before we do, I'm gonna say what I hope. I just hope that there's some stuff here that gets me excited to play games that are either coming to PlayStation day one or PC, right? I just hope there's something here that gets me excited. That's all. My bar is not high. You know, I'm not going out there saying this has to be there or this or whatever. I just want to see some good stuff, and I have not seen anything yet from this. So we'll see what they got in store. So I'm gonna bring it up here. I didn't set this up ahead of time because I was helping my daughter do something real quick, but it should only take me a second to bring this up. Here we go. All right. And you're gonna play it as well, Jasper, and watch it along.
Yeah.
Okay, right on. I'll just put us up in the corner. And then I'll have this here. And then I'm going to put us on the corner above it. Okay, Discord is going to go there. Like that. I'm going to make this full screen. And here we go. Because this isn't the first time live, I'm sure you guys will be fine with this setup, right? Here we go. Oh, if Space Force tax dollars went to Minnesota daycares.
I sense suffering here, Spirit. Do you need help?
That's what she meant. I don't get that.
A spirit guide? It's been a long time since we've had one of your kind in Cosmora. I'm glad you're here.
I never played the first
one. As
one.
long as I can remember. Dangerous corruption was locked inside, along with the secrets of
First one was pretty
practice.
cool. It had that Pixar film-like look to it, kind of thing. Cute little, like, companion characters, like these little Krishnik things that follow you around. You can give them different hats and stuff, but they would have like different abilities.
Spirit
where
guides here.
they could either
Once
swarm
used alchemy
enemies,
to cleanse
or
corruption.
they could like move
Maybe you
things
can
or
do
help
the
you
same.
fight things and so forth. This new one, it looks like you basically trade all of those little ones in for a companion that you can ride on and deal. But I guess it grows as you progress.
I don't see all the little like black ball things that are falling around your feet.
Fear will bind you.
Yeah, they got
Repent
rid
to
of
the
them in this
present,
one.
which must
Since
always
she's
pass.
older, I guess she doesn't need like little kids' toys.
Yeah, that was kind of like I know it's weird, but
Regret will bind you.
it's something that always steered me away from
Longing
playing it.
for
Is
the
like
past You
just
cannot change.
that horde of little blobs following you around everywhere. But yeah, this looks good.
Love will bind you. Yearning for a future
animations
you
are
will
excellent.
not see.
Did you ever play Kena, Jasper?
Unbound, may you depart in peace.
I did not, and I don't think I really have an interest in that game. So,
Fair enough.
Hey everyone.
I mean, if I got it
I'm
for free,
Josh,
I may
this is
play
my
it,
brother
but
Mike.
I'm
We
not
hope
gonna
you
go and
enjoyed
buy
that
it.
first look at our next game, Kena, Scars of Cosmora.
After the amazing response to Kena Bridge of Spirits in 2021, the team was excited to take on the challenge of creating something even bigger and better this time around. Our partnership with PlayStation Studios has empowered us to expand our scope while still staying true to what made the first game special.
Since her adventure in Bridge of Spirits, Kena has grown into an older, more experienced spirit guide. Her reputation now precedes her. She comes to a new land called Cosmora, home to multiple distinct communities. On this adventure, Kena discovers a spirit guide's role in helping living people, not only those who have passed away. With PlayStation Studios support, we're building on everything that fans loved about the first game. Deeper, more dynamic combat, epic boss battles, a larger, richer world,
There we go.
and of course, our charming spirit companions.
Kena, Scars of Cosmora releases on PlayStation 5 and PC. Thanks so much for watching and enjoy the rest of the show.
first one, did it ever end up coming to Xbox? I think it did, didn't it?
Yeah, it's on Xbox. And
yeah.
I think it was like after like almost two and a half years.
Right.
It's like they had some sort of bigger contract with
Yeah.
PlayStation at that point. But
Yeah. Cage
I-
in the chat says this one is published by PlayStation. So
yeah. But at least it's going to PC day and date. I don't
Yeah.
remember it going to PC for the first one day and date. It was like, I think 6 months to a year
and
later.
subjugated its people.
the Sucker Punch?
They were known as
Mm-hmm.
the Spider. The
Is this Ghost content?
the
Yeah.
Kitsune.
Much like they did with the first one, this is like the multiplayer or
Yeah.
co-op big deal.
Many fought back.
Hopefully the player base supports it more this go round.
Were cut down.
There wasn't that much support for the first one, or at least after like the first week or two, it pretty much like fell flat.
Yeah, sometimes
It is
I
kind
think
of cool.
not launching with multiplayer at launch for like a game like Ghost of Tsushima can kind of like make it give the multiplayer less of a chance to take off, you know?
From vengeance.
Just because like a lot of times people just beat the game and then move on, you know.
Mhm.
So hopefully this will bring players back.
Who do you think will come out on top, Sam?
I think for future they should do the multiplayer at the same time and then have it where the multiplayer unlocks special costumes or maybe even special weapons or you know weapons with special abilities for the single player from it.
Death
I
Stranding
think
2.
that would probably get some. Yeah.
Nice. Ultra widescreen support. Nice. I agree that with that fuzzy, they should have launched the PC port with the multiplayer. That would make a lot of sense. March 19th.
Kept you waiting, huh?
You have to wait, no.
Yeah, you sure did. Kept us waiting.
Hi, I'm Mike Booth from Bad Robot Games, and game director of 4Loop. As a game designer, a core goal of mine has always been to make game experiences that offer interesting surprises and unpredictable moments that never get old. The result is 4Loop, an
Looks
emergent,
interesting.
challenging, 4-player combat sandbox where you and your friends succeed through cooperation and
Was this
improvisation, and
the
where no two runs are ever the same.
game that was like people that made Left 4 Dead or something like that
At
for
the
making
heart of
this.
For Loop is a probability map, which combines alien technology and human
I
ingenuity
think some
to
of
plot
them
your
may
best
have been
path forward
involved,
to
but
defeat
like
the
with Bad
invaders.
Robot, I
Each
think
node
that was
represents a
like
different
part of
mission
their
with its own risks, rewards, and
like
surprises.
dual purpose behind
Everyone
the scenes
votes to
movie
choose the
deal
next mission.
stuff.
Once
Yeah, I
everyone
just thought it
chooses
was.
the
I
probability
thought this
map,
game was
your
made
team
by
will
people that
teleport
like
into
made the
mission.
original Left 4 Dead or
You may have
something
to
like that.
collect mission critical resources,
Well, that's
or even
back
have
to
some of the
survivors that can
feels
offer
to
cool
it.
upgrades from your gear, all while trying to avoid the alien forces constantly sending drop pods and kill bots to stop you.
Hopefully this is more
We've worked
successful
hard to
than
ensure
that
there are tons of items to choose from,
FBC or whatever
and a lot of strange
the control
creatures and
thing
mysterious
was.
things to encounter. For example, this weird alien plant is called a blink root, where you can collect a blink berry, which will teleport anyone who touches it to a random, distant location.
Cage
All
said
the
they
various
want it to be
enemies,
Left 4 Dead 2.
weapons,
Yes.
items, and mission objectives are all designed to interact
I remember.
with each other.
I
in
just remember
dynamic
Left 4
ways that
Dead
create
being mentioned with
emergent
this game.
gameplay and endless,
Right.
replayable chaos.
Yeah.
That means your decisions really matter, and creativity and improvisation are key. We really want players to try things and think outside the box.
I mean, I think
Like hacking
a
an
lot of the
alien terminal
gameplay
to provide
mechanics
intel
look
to the rest of the
interesting, like the
team,
stuff they're
or
talking
being
about,
bombarded
but
by
just my
killbot
eyes,
drop
what I
pods,
see doesn't
or
look very
barely
good.
escaping with your life.
Yeah,
You know
it
what I
just
mean?
looks like kind of generic
And if you do
ish,
die,
you know.
It looks a
Don't
little
worry.
janky
So
to
long
me.
as one of you makes it back to home
And,
base,
and maybe it's just
it'll
because it's
be
like early
reprinted and ready to try
gameplay,
again.
but like
The home base
Animations
is a place for your
look
team
stiff,
to readjust their
looks a
strategy,
little-
evolve your loadout, and choose rewards from an increasing array of powerful gear and upgrades.
but sometimes games like
Each
look
act of the
that way
probability
actually
map
feel really good to
culminates
play.
in one
so-
of multiple boss battles. This is the Scanner Boss, a huge geologic
I don't know,
surveyor
I-
that scans for
I don't want to fight a Rubik's Cube.
Just to
either.
succeed,
its scan fields
but
are
I
very
see this
lethal,
being
creating
kind of
a
like the
dynamic
FBC
obstacle course
fire
of
break
lasers
kind
to
of.
avoid
Yeah.
while attempting to destroy the
two.
boss itself. Because the scanner's body rotates like a 3D puzzle,
I mean, it
you
could
want to
be
spread
cool
out and
depending
attack
on
it from all
how
sides. All, of course, while
all
avoiding
those
the
mechanics that
slow-moving,
they're talking
lethal
about
laser grids.
work and how, you know, how satisfying it is.
Our goal here is to create something new, where every run has you yelling and laughing and saying, "I can't believe that just happened." We're currently in pre-beta, so there's still plenty of polish to come, and we need players like you to join us in upcoming playtests. Your feedback will be invaluable in helping
kinda
us
like
make this game
Just
truly
Destiny
great.
raids.
We
the
can't wait for
game.
you to play
So
it for
they just let you
yourselves.
keep doing raids or something.
Now, go and fail to save the world.
For loop.
Hugh, look! What's this?
That's the Earth.
Played the demo of Pragmata.
You really
It
can
seems
make everything
kind of
within a
interesting.
filament,
I'm not gonna pay $70 for this game, but
Looks a bit like
it was
New
like
York.
$30. I'd probably pick it up.
Is that a place on Earth?
Yeah.
Can't believe we haven't found any survivors.
I haven't seen anyone besides you since leaving the vault.
All alone, huh? I know the feeling.
Hey, Hugh. What were you like as a kid?
This game has never really intrigued me.
When I was young, I was in an orphanage.
I don't know why.
I was a lot like you.
I think it's gonna be like
along the way.
more of a really good
But I
story
had
game,
someone-
not necessarily like
Someone
gameplay
looking
wise
out
or
for me.
anything, but
And now it's your turn.
Wasn't this announced like in 2019 or 2020?
yeah, something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, it was like just before the generation started, and they're like,
Yep.
"Oops, we're sorry, it won't be available until 2022," and then we got pushed back again.
I think what originally had everyone hyped for this game was just how graphically it looked when they showed it off
Yeah.
in 2019, and now it's like, okay,
That's 6 now.
kind of, eh.
Yeah, I
Surprised
mean,
there, I
so many
couldn't
games
see
have come out that
dead
look
from the same
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good. Victor purchased a building
It's really hard
after
for these
Umbrella
big
went under.
publishers to
The Rhodes Hill Chronic
launch
Care
new
Center.
IP and have them succeed, you know?
You okay? What does Victor want with you?
What do you mean?
He grabbed you for a
I
reason.
think Capcom can rest all their eggs in the basket of Resident Evil this year.
Nothing on the servers of the CIA or the
I mean, I think they do that anyway because there's a Resident Evil every 6 months.
Launching somewhere. Or re-release or remaster or remake.
We're running out of time.
Port.
Why me?
The team has settled on a person of interest. A former T-virus researcher.
If it's more actiony, kind of like Village was, I'm interested. If I'm like running around a house and people are chasing me constantly, like with a chainsaw or some shit like that.
Raccoon City was where it all began for me.
Like this looks more. This trailer is the best one I've seen so far for what
do you
I like.
I don't want any more regrets. Whatever it takes, count me in.
Resident Evil Requiem.
It's a cool name. Requiem.
It's been a while since you've been back there.
Yeah.
I recognize that place.
Hi everyone, I'm Sean Benson.
And I'm Sid Schumann. We're back with a new batch of games on their way to PS5.
But before we begin, we wanted to highlight the upcoming release dates for both Pragmata and
Who are these
Resident Evil
people?
Requiem from Capcom. Both are
Global
coming soon
publishing
to
from
PS5
Sony.
with support for PS5
Oh.
Pro.
Global partners. or
Now,
something like
let's
that.
return to the dark world of Nosgoth with an announcement for fans of Legacy of Kain. 2003's Legacy of Kain
Nosgoth.
Defiance is being remastered by Crystal Dynamics and will be available to pre-order today. The final chapter in the Soul Reaver saga brings players into the conflict between the vampire Kain and his betrayed
Martian the Manhunter.
lieutenant, Raziel. This remaster boasts updated HD graphics, a new third-person camera, and wayfinding level maps, as well as bonus features like character skins,
Now, what do you have to tell me?
lost levels, deep lore, photo mode, and more. The digital deluxe version of the game includes promotional comics and a playable demo of Dark Prophecy, the unreleased sequel to Defiance.
Given the choice, whether to
That's
rule
cool.
a corrupt and failing empire, or to
Yeah, at least
challenge
with the
fates for
we're
another
given a
throne
bunch of
against
extra
one's
stuff
destiny.
in there, you know.
What was a king to
Yeah.
do?
Legacy of Kain Defiance Remastered launches next month and will be available to pre-order starting today.
Brigandine Abyss is the latest installment in HappyNet's Brigandine series, which dates back to 1998 on the original PlayStation. This fantasy war strategy RPG tells the story of 6 heroes who rise against an empire invading with overwhelming power.
僕はキマイラ。マスターにより作られし戦闘兵器。
Enjoy deep strategic gameplay with over 100 unit classes, including knights and new types of monsters. And countless hours of gameplay, with 6 main storylines and side quests across 24 nations.
大陸の守護者たる私たちの兵をこうもたやすく。
Brigandine Abyss launches this year, and you can wishlist it starting today.
Now let's head over to
Wow.
Koei Tecmo Games in Yokohama for an update on the Dead or Alive series.
こんにちは。シリーズプロデューサーの林です。本日はデッドアライブシリーズが新たなアップデートとともに復活することを発表させていただきます。
無限転身の名にかけて。
Okay.
本作デッドアライブ6ラストラウンドはオリジナルのデ
Really?
ッドアライブ6をベースに
Yeah.
ダウンロードコンテンツとして追加配信したキャラクターをセットにし、プレイステーション5用の最適化、新規コスチュームの追加。
Are you at the Dead Alive part?
Yeah.
新たなフォトモードの追加を行ったタイトルです。今後も新キャラクターや新コスチュームの配信など継続的なアップデートを予定しています。発売日同日に基本無料版も展開予定ですので、シリーズを遊んだことない方もぜひご体験ください。
あなたに私は倒せない。
I love Dead or Alive, man. Hopefully
beach volleyball.
Hopefully, like Dead or Alive 6, when you install it, there's like 1,000 things that like
1996年から
install
展開している
separately. Hopefully
対
they
戦ア
change
クション
that.
ゲームシリーズです。数多くの作品を世に送り出して今年で30周年になります。
Like if you have
そのタイミング
notifications
で
on
こ
for
う
the
いった
install
発
of
表で
Dead
き
or
る
Alive
ことを
6, it
大変
is
嬉しく思います。
insane. It'll go
では
out
最
30
後に
minutes
こ
to
ち
an
らの映
hour.
像をご覧く
Here's
ださ
your
い。
New costume. New fighter.
Yeah, it's like every outfit, every character is all separate, you know.
Oh, got a ninja guide into it.
Nice.
デッドアライブシリーズ最新作も開発始動しました。
Yes.
続報お待ちください。
I've been wondering when they're gonna bring back Dead or Alive, man.
What is this?
Yeah, I mean, they gotta grow, Victor, right? Like, and if you're selling just to the same consumers over and over again, like that's why they're doing a lot of PC stuff now.
And you're getting closer. Listen, Dylan, we're getting distress calls from the theater, but research thinks we might have a resident on our hands. No one should have survived that.
Then I'll hurry.
Hello, everyone. I'm Mikael Kasurinen, and I'm the creative director of Control Resonant, the game-changing
What's with the last
sequel
like
to
10 years a
Control.
game? Everyone
What
wears
you're
a
seeing
poncho.
here is an early mission captured from our
Everyone wears a
in-development
poncho. Yeah,
We
you're
play as
right,
Dylan
man.
Faden,
There's a lot
our
of poncho
supernaturally
games.
gifted hero
Did
in
Death
a
Stranding
version of
start it?
Manhattan like you haven't seen before.
That or like one of the Star Wars Survivor games or something. I don't know.
We recently acquired Shift, an ability that empowers Dylan to seamlessly move through gravity anomalies and adapt to the world around him. Here we are showcasing a set of different forms of Dylan's weapon that
It's going to
Darren
be
can take.
traversing the map like, was it Inception?
There are a lot of different
Yeah, I was
ones you
trying to
can
think of that,
discover
yeah.
to suit your playstyle. While in combat, we encourage you to play aggressively, balancing between melee attacks and abilities.
Any updates for me?
Gameplay looks like Suicide Squad.
Kind of. You'll know it when you hear it.
Oh, so it's
Just
bad, got
try
it.
to stay alive out there, okay?
I was just kidding. It's like, I'm just seriously though, like you're going around the city, you zip into different places, come across different enemies, you know, like.
Almost there, Zoe.
I'm sure it plays quite a bit different, but.
What the hell is that thing?
It is kind of like superhero-ish a little bit though, like open world superhero game vibes. Like this is what you do in a lot of those games. Different tone, of course, and setting.
I think I hear something. I know where the resident is,
I don't know if
Zoe.
that Inception
I'll
shit,
call you
like,
back.
that.
Resonants are the dominant threat in what's our most ambitious game to date. And we can't wait to share it with you later in 2026.
I like Suicide Squad, Cage. I think it's a fun game.
Yeah, I liked it too. It's just my end game was broken for like a month. And
Yeah.
then we stopped playing it.
Like when I say that, I'm not dissing the game. I actually like that style of combat and gameplay. I just find it interesting.
Long
It's like
ago,
it
you
seems
were
like I
made
can see a lot of
this
stuff that they
night
took away from that kind of
to
genre.
save
for
the age of man. Half human, half angel. They call you sin.
Yeah, Victor. I'm just sick of having to own a piece of hardware for one game that you're interested in. This is Highguard 2. More
this one actually looked somewhat decent. Crimson Moon, I believe this one is.
It looks fun. I like all the blood. Crimson Moon. Was it co-op? It looks like it's probably co-op.
Yeah, it's single player, two player. Oh, this is just the game they showed at what? Game Awards, I think, maybe?
Yeah, I think this one is like going to Game Pass. Yeah, this is going to Game Pass. This is a Game Freak game.
Yeah.
That one.
The Beast of Reincarnation.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Made by your Pokemon developer.
Yeah. I'm actually really excited for the Pokemon game coming out in like next month.
There's another Pokemon game coming out next month?
Yeah, it's like Pokemon meets Dragon Quest Builders meets Animal Crossing.
Oh.
Interesting.
Is it called Pokemon Builders Crossing?
No, it's called Pokopia.
Pokopia.
Yeah.
Yeah, this Ghost of Tsushima content is really something else. Yeah, this looks great, man. Beast of Reincarnation.
Thanks to Fictions and Game Freak for that new look at characters and combat in Beast of Reincarnation. It's coming to PS5 this summer.
Our next title debuted 3 decades ago alongside the original PlayStation, and it introduced the world to an iconic character. Today, Ubisoft
Rayman.
and Digital Eclipse celebrate that legacy with Rayman 30th Anniversary Edition. This digital museum features 5 playable versions of the original game, including the 1995 PlayStation release, enhanced with new accessibility options. Discover the secrets behind Rayman's development through a long-lost playable prototype, restored for the first time. Plus, an interactive documentary packed with unseen design documents and never-before-heard insights from the original creators.
Et à un moment, c'est Sony qui arrive en disant, bah voilà notre console, on va révolutionner le jeu vidéo.
Rayman 30th Anniversary Edition comes to PS5 digitally starting tomorrow, while physical editions will be available June 26th.
So far, the most exciting thing for me is that Dead or Alive is...
Mina the Hollower is an action-adventure title from the creators of Shovel Knight.
Yeah, I just like
Take
Beast of
control of
Reincarnation
Mina
so far.
as she charges into a bizarre mission to save a cursed island. Whip foes into oblivion, burrow under hazards and monsters, and hunt down secrets in a pixel-perfect love letter to handheld gaming. Mina the Hollower's release date is on the horizon. The limited time
Control looked
demo
good.
will be exclusively available on PlayStation 5 tomorrow. Set
look
years
good.
before the
There's a
events
lot
of
of
the
other
original
like
game,
little
this
games
prologue
that
tells the
kinda, like,
story of
mixed
how
up in here.
Alba and the wolf cub
Yeah.
Neva first met.
Kina looked actually surprisingly
Alba
good
must
for
earn the
that
young wolf's
trailer.
trust and guide her
Looked
through
like-
the
it looked
blighted
more
wilderness.
like I'd be more interested in it than the first one.
Together,
Yeah,
they will
that's true.
face new enemies and endure perilous trials, while confronting a monstrous force that threatens to tear them apart.
We're gonna talk a
Players
little bit
can
about
look forward
Highguard
to
later because
using
there was a
new
dev
gameplay
that
mechanics in
spoke
all
out a
new
little bit.
locations.
One of the ones that got laid off.
Neva Prologue
I just saw they got laid
launches
off. I didn't see
February
anyone speak out,
19th.
but
Yeah, he's pretty much blaming gamer culture and the fans.
Up next, a tactical stealth action
Or
title
not
from
fans,
Shueisha
but
Games
the
and
the
Acquire.
lack of
A team with ninja
the
credentials dating back to the
negativity.
Tenchu series.
Shueisha? Is that how you say it? Shueisha? Ooh, I like the look of this right off the bat. Oh, is it
Yeah.
like a... Oh,
Oh,
it's like a
that's not
tactic
different.
stealth game?
they just mobile gamed everyone.
Man, they really had me at... I mean, I like these style of games, though. Kind of like...
I know. I thought it was gonna be like a 4-player like stealth game, and then it's like top-down isometric
Yeah.
or whatever.
This is like the Souls-like of those tactics, top-down isometric games. It's like Shinobi Ops, Yakko.
The next one that they show is kind of cool, although I do get a lot of what was that, Black Myth Wukong vibes.
Yeah.
But instead of a monkey, it's a chicken or a hawk or something.
She's got like serpent skin.
I heard the drinks too. Never heard of it.
Born of a goddess. You filthy creatures. Faithless, soulless, unclean. This world was never yours to keep. How dare you stand in the way of purity, little king?
Chicken Man, the game. I am a huge cock, and I will destroy you all.
The chicken from Family Guy that always beats up Peter Griffin. He's got his own video game now.
It's Cock of War.
Some parts of it remind me of Dynasty Warriors and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I don't want to say it's a knockoff, but it just feels like it wanted to be Black Myth Wukong, but with a different animal.
With a chicken?
Yeah.
I will destroy you with all of my original spices and flavors.
His number one enemy is just a dude in a white suit, the Colonel.
Don't make me put you in a bucket. I say, you're going down.
Welcome to the South of the United States.
I say, this is how we do it here in Kentucky, you say.
Our newest racer has arrived!
Oh, Lucasfilm.
Welcome to the Galactic League!
Yeah.
Since you're here, why not take part in a friendly exhibition
Victor
race?
Olsen says, where's Pong? He's taking a shit.
Yeah, it's just been a 4-month long.
I think he probably ate around 7, so it's probably about time for shit right now.
I'll probably buy this game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Impeding! If they weren't holding me back right now, I'd have
No, in reality, guys, he, you know, we got really into Starfield, and when we talked all about that space camp stuff, we started really missing it, so he rejoined space camp.
He's actually in boot camp right now. He's following the same path I did.
He's in space camp, and he might become an instructor at space camp, supposedly. He's doing all right. He's doing all right.
Bond is immature and reckless. He's a bad influence on the other recruits who inexplicably fall victim to his charm.
Look, I know where this is going. Do you mind telling me why I'm here?
I would like you to join His Majesty's Secret Service.
You what?
I know all about your exploits in Iceland.
I just
believe that there is a need
can't
for
imagine
such
that
heart
as
and
Bond for
intuition
some
in modern
reason.
spycraft. That's the very
Too,
reason I'm
like,
bringing
young
back
and
the
cool.
double O's.
Yeah, I think he's just too young.
Need I state the obvious?
Or something. I don't know.
He is not ready.
It just doesn't feel very Bondy.
You're a rare breed, Bond. I should be interested to see what you do next.
Who said James
009
Bond?
will
He's
employ
Jimmy.
every
That's
manner of
Jimmy
subterfuge
Bond.
to avoid capture.
I mean, if they want to call him 008 or
Try
something,
not
that's
to draw
fine.
attention to yourself. Me? Housekeeping, I presume?
You seem the kind of guy who knows what he likes.
So you won't do anything stupid.
Of course not. I'm not an idiot.
Agents have very short life expectancy. And if you do get caught, we will deny ever having heard of you. How does that sound?
When do I start?
Gameplay on it looks really fun, though, man.
Yeah.
I'm Peter Brown. I manage the game content team within Third Party Portfolio. We evaluate games coming from publishers all over the world, from indie to AAA. Those of us in the Third Party Portfolio team travel the world and meet with our partners. And it's even more exciting for me when those partners have been foundational to my own love of video games. And Konami is definitely one of those partners. I think a lot of people remember Konami for being with PlayStation in the very beginning, taking some amazing franchises that everyone already knew and loved, and injecting them with new technology and new ways of designing video games that we haven't thought of before. We were really impressed when Konami approached us with their list of announcements for today's State of Play. So to mark the occasion, we wanted to try something a little different. We join you today from Konami Creative Front Tokyo Bay, not only to share some really exciting reveals for upcoming games, but also spotlight some of the key talent behind them. We're really excited about the diverse lineup they've brought today, and we hope you will be too. Enjoy.
Konami. Almost got out of the video game business.
Yep.
I'm glad they came to their senses and started licensing some of their IPs.
Outer heaven.
He's taken command of this immense army and is now preparing to unleash an insurrection.
We're really excited about more remakes.
Liquid's goal is to seize control of SOP, the Sons of the Patriot system that controls the soldiers.
It's the Master Collection, Volume 2.
Will you terminate Liquid?
Man, Metal Gear 4, I liked it, but like, it had,
When all of this
I
is
think,
over,
more cutscenes
you'll have no
than
choice
I think any video game I've ever played in my life. Like, just long cutscenes.
Is my final mission.
So began the war between Zero and Big Boss.
Do you understand, Snake? Any means necessary. Just stop Liquid's insurrection. Liquid! Guns of the Patriot!
Because I knew where my loyalty belonged. Nukes. They're bringing nukes into Costa Rica.
We are not allowed to bear arms.
Please, you must drive them out of our defenseless country. As our deterrent.
Is this a remake or just a re-release? Because the graphics don't look that impressive for a remake.
Yeah, I just said collection. So I don't know.
Is that you?
I think they basically up-resed it. I don't know if they went into the textures all that much, but
what do you think, chat?
メタルギアシリーズ制作プロデューサーの岡村典明です。メタルギアファンの皆様、大変お待たせいたしました。プレイステーション3向けのみで発売されていたメタルギアソリッド4ガンズ・オブ・ザ・パトリオットがプレイステーション5でついに遊べるようになります。加えてプレイステーションポータブル、プレイステーション3向けに発売されたメタルギアソリッドピースウォーカーを含むメタルギアコレクションシリーズの第2弾となっております。メタルギアサーガのラストを飾る伝説の作品を最新ハードでぜひ体感してください。そして、現在発売中のメタルギアソリッドマスターコレクションボリューム1につきましても最後のアップデートを実施いたします。初代プレイステーション向けに発売されたメタルギアソリッドには高解像度設定を追加し、ご覧のように映像が美しく
more excited for the other three titles from Konami.
またメタルギアソリッド3スネークイーターについてもさらなる高解像度化を実現しております。本日よりアップデート配信開始となりますので、この機会にぜひメタルギアソリッドマスターコレクションボリューム1も体験してみてください。さらに、今回の発表を記念いたしましてメタルギアシリーズの始まりの物語メタルギアソリッドデルタスネークイーターも特別なセールを実施しています。 50% オフという大変お求めやすい価格で購入できますので、この機会にぜひ楽しんでください。これからもメタルギアシリーズの展開にご期待ください。そして最後にこちらの映像をご覧ください。
With Snake.
Octopussy. Has anyone played this game?
Oh.
Castlevania.
In the name of His Most Royal Majesty.
For me, this is one of the highlights of the show.
Of God, the King of France.
And then the next game after.
Gameplay, animations, all that stuff looks solid. I don't like the art style for Castlevania. It's like too clean.
Art style?
Yeah. Like I want like 30, you know.
Yeah.
It's like they're trying to more adapt it to like a Netflix show animation style or something, as opposed to like the original game styles and stuff like that. But it looks pretty good. Like I want gruesome, bro. You know.
ご覧いただきありがとうございます。キャッスルバニアベルモンドカースプロデューサーの谷口勉です。今回見ていただいた映像はキャッスルバニアシリーズ40周年記念第1弾となるキャッスルバニアベルモンドカースのアナウンス映像です。これまで我々のチームは多くの方にキャッスルバニアに触れていただきたいという思いでシリーズの過去作を最新ハードでプレイしていただけるようにいくつかのコレクションタイトルを配信してきました。また多くの素晴らしいパートナーとコラボレーションにも取り組んでまいりました。そしてやっと本日新しいゲームについて皆様に報告できるところまで来ました。そのことがすごく嬉しいです。今回のタイトルではイビルエンパイア、モーションツインという才能と情熱にあふれるシリーズへの愛を持ったスタジオとともにプロジェクトに取り組んでいます。これまでのシリーズらしさを大切にしながらも新しいアイディアと現代的なゲームプレイを取り入れることでキャラクターのアクションはよりダイナミックで爽快に仕上がっています。シリーズファンの方はもちろんぜひ遊んでくださいと思っておりますが、まだキャッスルバニアに触れたことがないっていう方にもぜひ楽しんでほしいです。発売は2026年を予定しておりますので続報を楽しみにお待ちください。
Listen to me. You can't stay in this room forever. I can't stay in this room forever. I know this is going to be hard. But you have to come back to me. Come back to me, Simon.
Anyhow, some of the independent publishers and studios are doing more with Silent Hill than Konami themselves.
Yeah.
I woke up in the water again. But this time it's different.
This looks great.
I really enjoyed Silent Hill F. That was the first Silent Hill game I ever really played. Looking forward to trying some of the newer ones that come out. So I'll probably try this one.
Yeah,
what I do,
I got Silent Hill 2 for us to play the remake, you know. Just haven't gotten around to it yet.
Things.
But yeah, I've been watching some gameplay of.
You did what
I was watching Mag play Silent Hill F. It looks really good. I want to play it too.
Yeah, it was like top 5 games of the year last year for me.
What does he hold? Is that like? It looks like a fucking Game Boy almost.
A Game Boy.
Dude, that's
That's just a Skin Man.
Skin Man? Aren't we all Skin Men?
Yeah. I guess you're right.
It's just skin. Townfall.
Just a bag of water and skin.
It's just flesh and bones, and that's all.
Silent Hill transmission.
A world shrouded by lightfall. Shining drops of light that bring death as they fall.
You okay, bro? You're not having a good time right now. Flip it and reverse it.
Hey! Ash, come on! Let's begin our journey.
I think Silent Hill's clicking and resonating for a lot of people, truth, because it's bringing and paying more respect to like the origins of what made those original horror games great. Whereas Resident Evil keeps doing different things. Not to say that Resident Evil isn't doing great too, it is, you know, but like I think Silent Hill's kind of in a way is staying truer to the way those games used to be, but like it's a newer version. I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say.
The people that are doing the license IP stuff are sticking to the source material kind of thing.
Well, this is like the style of the gameplay. Like it's more like methodical, slow. Like it's not doing a bunch of crazy stuff. It's like there was a bunch of those games back in the PlayStation 1 era. Like there was a game called D. You know, there was Silent Hill, there was Resident Evil, and all these games kind of came out around the same era and all started, and they had a similar style of gameplay. You're kind of like in a building or whatever. You're going around trying to solve how to get to the next area. It's ominous around you. There's always chance of threat around a corner. You know, you're always limited on resources or ammo. But Resident Evil's done so many different things since then. Silent Hill's like bringing it back to its roots a little bit.
Yeah.
A man with your skill set must be able to move unconstrained.
And for me so far, Castlevania and Silent Hill are the standouts.
John Wick?
Although, yeah. This is going to make for an interesting game because I don't know how combat's going to work per se. Like with the exception of, you know, handguns and stuff, I thought, what was that? It was the one game that was on PlayStation that eventually came to Xbox.
Sifu?
Yeah, Sifu. I thought that one was as close as you could get in a video game, but now we have an actual John Wick game. Just to see how it plays out. As if you can use environmental things like frying pans and stuff like that, so it's almost like sleeping dogs.
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Not holding back on the violence and war. I love that. Be seeing.
Good morning, New Cascadia. This is Joy, your community outreach liaison. It's a lovely day.
So I was just
outside.
watching Burnt Peanut play a little bit of this.
Quiet. Very quiet. Rainfall is
Like,
expected to begin in the
I
early
want to give this a
afternoon
go
and
because
last
I'm really into
until
extraction shooters right now because of Arc Raiders.
a long time.
I do like Bungie style
For those who
gameplay because
did
I
not wake,
loved Halo back in the
your
day,
restless
and I
dreams
really
endure.
enjoyed playing Destiny 1 for a
So
while.
small among the stars. Breathe
Don't like the
softly.
modular design
worry.
art style with
Peace is
this.
upon you.
That's the one thing that's like
Yeah,
really throwing me off.
art style on this is
Into its embrace.
It's like
it's too like clean and
it's
blocky.
Yeah, it's like mega blocks.
This is General Dan Agreed of the new Cascadia colony on Tau.
A lot of people are saying like Lego Destiny and stuff like that, but like I see like mega blocks. It's like big chunky blocks everywhere.
I'll say this is probably one of their better trailers, but the problem is, with it being a better trailer, it's not the actual gameplay. It's that.
I think this is one of those games where the gameplay is actually going to be more fun than the way it looks. You know what I mean? Because I think the gunplay itself and the competitiveness with other players will be what stands out with it. Because Bungie excels at gunplay, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to be as good for like viewership and people like watching its streams and stuff, you know? Which is kind of big for games these days. Like, I think that's part of the magic of Arc Raiders, is like you can sit there and just watch it, and it's just like fun to watch.
Mayday.
But I could tell Peanut was legitimately having fun playing this, other than when he got paid to play Delta Force several times. He wasn't as like you could just kind of tell. It's like, oh yeah, I'm playing this game. It's cool. Like this one, I genuinely tell is like actually enjoying the gunplay and stuff. He doesn't view bot. Anybody like people think Burnt Peanut view bots.
Today we're excited to announce
everybody knows who he is. Like there's not like
and help test Marathon on PlayStation.
Doesn't make any sense. Just think about that for a second.
Our server slam features an introduction to the survival gameplay of Marathon, giving you a chance to explore the dangerous world of Tau Ceti and unlock rewards for the full release on Thursday, March 5th.
He's not sitting there with like
for all PlayStation
100,000
we're also
bots.
excited to share
Otherwise,
of unique weapon charms that pay homage
nobody
to
would
some
even
of our
see any of
favorite
this stuff.
PlayStation games, including Helldivers 2,
it doesn't make any
Stranding
sense.
2, and Ghost of Yote, all available at launch. From everyone here at Bungie, thank you for joining us on this journey. We'll see you on Tau Ceti starting February 26th.
He's just getting accused of viewbotting because his ridiculous
Hey, I'm
numbers,
Brett, and I'm
like
Kristen.
137,000 I saw the other day,
Coming to PS5
concurrent on
March 5th,
YouTube,
with
and
the
he
server
had
slam
around
running February 26th through
60
March
something
2nd.
thousand also
Now let's
on
check in on
Twitch
what's
at the
coming to
same
PlayStation
time.
Plus over the
Absolute
next few
numbers.
Up first, Marvel
Yeah,
Spider-Man
they just
2
can't
swings
believe
into game catalog
it.
next week.
That's why they're saying that.
Developed by Insomniac
He's
Games in
becoming a
collaboration with
phenomenon.
Marvel Games, be greater together
Yeah.
as Peter Parker and Miles
Like,
Morales. Let's go.
You don't do that with nobody actually watching.
In this thrilling sequel, the Spider-Men must balance their personal and
Like I could have
heroic
100,000 people
while
in the
protecting
chat right
city
now.
from iconic villains.
If it was view bots,
Talks about
it
is
wouldn't
how to
fucking
be a better
matter.
Spider-Man. How to help you.
That's why the people that do view bot, it
Marvel
doesn't
Spider-Man 2 joins the PlayStation
make any damn
Plus game
sense to me.
catalog
They're not
on
doing anything
February
for
17th.
themselves. They're talking to cardboard.
The
Nobody's
PlayStation
actually
Plus
seeing
Classics
it.
catalog welcomes 2
So it doesn't
fan favorites
actually
over the next few months, starting
matter
with
what
Tekken
they're
Dark
doing,
Resurrection,
you know?
a fantastic fighting game that originally released
They're
on
just
PSP.
wasting money.
PlayStation Plus premium members can expect to revisit this handheld classic in March.
Just for some false sense of being bigger than you are, and that's not the situation.
The original
here.
PlayStation version of Time Crisis brings arcade action to the Classics catalog in May. This version also offers gyroscopic aiming with the DualShock 4 or PS5 DualSense controller, simulating the original light gun experience.
Should have made a co-op mode for Spider-Man 2.
Big
What
Walk
would you
is
say,
a
Fuzz?
cooperative multiplayer adventure about
I was saying
teamwork,
they should have made a
teamwork,
co-op mode for Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
Hang out and
Yep.
get lost with your friends in an open world full of challenges, puzzles, and
Yeah, that was
playful
the stupidest thing they ever
discoveries.
did. Make a game based on two characters and then not have co-op.
That's all for me and Brett, but we still have a lot more cool stuff to show you, including brand new Soros gameplay.
Housemarque's next action game releases April 30th, and creative director Gregory Loudon has even more systems and combat to break down. Let's take a look.
What is that for you, Arjun? Finishing the mission.
Solaris?
Keeping people safe. Oh, Arjun.
Yep.
I know you better than that.
Hey everyone, I'm Gregory Loudon, creative director at Housemarque. Today we're excited to show off our comeback stronger features and Eclipse gameplay.
He was
running
playing
on
Marathon
PlayStation
earlier.
5.
He had 57,000.
In Saros,
Everybody
you
in the
step into
chat
the
is
shoes
like,
of
arc,
Arjun
arc,
Devraj,
arc. I want you to
performed
play
by
arc,
the brilliant
arc.
Rahul Kohli,
People like
who is
watching him play arc.
discovering the hostile shape-shifting planet
When
of
he
Carcosa.
plays arc, his
As you
numbers keep
encounter a variety
growing
of
and
ever more
growing.
brutal hostiles, death
Every
is
day it's like
inevitable.
over 100,000 peak hours.
But in Saros, death only means that you will come back stronger.
I think we started watching him when he was
Welcome
getting like
to the passage.
60,000.
You are not on your own.
He's
Interacting
hitting
with
like
the survivors of
120,
Echelon
130
4
pretty
will
regularly.
help you
right now.
understand the mysteries of Carcosa.
Crazy.
I can't believe so
But it was because people word of mouth and videos that on social media that are viral, of, like clips and stuff, you know.
This is Primary,
It's fucking
the voice
hilarious.
of Soltari.
You guys, if you
He
haven't
can
watched
engage with
them,
our
like,
permanent progression systems to
just
upgrade
watch
your armor's
the
attributes
some of the
and
streams.
acquire
It's
special
fucking
perks.
absolutely hilarious.
With Carcosan modifiers, you can adjust your experience.
Yeah, dude is
by,
no
for
joke.
example, making hostiles tougher, weaker, or even removing the second chance ability entirely. However, all adjustments you choose must be kept in balance to ensure a consistent challenge level.
If I'm not
Primary
mistaken,
also
I'm
allows you to
surprised this
teleport
game is
directly
just
to
on
any biome that you
PS5
have
and not
unlocked. This
game
means
day for
getting back into
PC
the
as
action
well.
quicker. It also means easier replayability the further you get into
Yeah, he
the
streams
world.
to YouTube and Twitch.
Using the
Poison.
teleport, you can now quickly restart the selected biome and get back to where
Anytime
you were.
Cage, anytime he
And now
plays
it's time
anything
to
other
take
than
another
Arc
shot at what
Raiders,
killed you
the
the first
chat
time around.
loses their mind. They're just like, they're like, game looks boring, game looks boring,
Eventually,
game looks
you come
trash,
across
trash.
an alien
Why aren't you playing
device.
Arc? Play Arc, play Arc, play Arc.
By using it,
It wouldn't
you
matter what he was
discover
playing.
that it calls the Eclipse.
But yeah, a lot of people in the chat were saying bad shit about Marathon. Mainly that it looks like Legos.
The Eclipse
And that it looks
corrupts
boring.
the world. It's a complete escalation of our gameplay, our audio, and our visuals on Carcosa. Hostiles now shoot corrupted projectiles, which reduce your maximum armor integrity, but you can restore it by using your power weapon.
Guess
Weapons
they're
and
doing the
artifacts
with the
also
server
become
slam the
corrupted,
end of this
alters
month.
them in both positive and negative ways, which ramps
something
up
like
the
that.
challenge. We can't wait for you to play Saros when we launch on April 30, 2026.
The air trembles. Mother Earth herself senses the coming battle. The world may hate us, we still have to save it. A true team is unbreakable! You cannot stand against the storm.
Yeah.
Feel the power of Mother Earth.
Let me at them,
This is
Storm.
basically the final highlight for me.
Limbo is
Yeah.
waiting, and I'm starving for your soul! Time to end this.
Yes.
I've got this one. I'll show you how the X-Men get it done.
Yes.
You're cooked, Bob.
Initiating attack. I am all that remains of Shi'ar technology. Prepare to be disassembled.
I love the style of the characters that they did.
Surrender to avoid further danger.
Let's finish this.
They just keep beating the shit out of Iron Man.
Together!
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Getting that on
マーベル
PC.
闘魂ファイティングソウルズ最新のトレーラーお楽しみいただけましたでしょうか。本当にお待たせしてしまいましたけども、こうして一番初めに X-Men のチームトレーラーを発表できたこと本当に嬉しく思っています。
We're super stoked to introduce the mutants as the newly formed unbreakable X-Men into the world of Marvel TOCON.
マジックは中間距離を大きな剣で制しながらテレポーテーションで裏回りしたりなど多彩なトリッキーな動きをすることができます。
Didn't this come out already? Is this
No.
just
Think
a
of
DLC?
Wolverine as an unstoppable savage
No, it's
tank.
not out yet.
Some of his claw swipes have armor on them, so he's
Oh,
literally
thank-
going to be able to shred through opponents'
No.
attacks.
I think they
Oh, I thought
had
it
like
did.
an alpha or
デンジャーは
like
体
a
のい
Oh,
ろん
maybe
な部
that's
分
what
をですね
early
Yeah,
beta
they-
or
yeah, they
something.
had
こと
like
ができ
a
るキャラクターです。
She's trained the X-Men over
Because
years through
weren't
battle
people
simulations.
saying that it
So
wasn't
as
that
a
great
Zora
or
in
something?
this game, she's going to set up so many traps that her opponents are going to feel
heard
like
anything.
they're running an obstacle course.
The only thing I've heard complaints about is that it's only 20 characters to start.
トレーラーの冒頭では新たに紡がれるマーベルユニバース闘魂オリジナルストーリーの映像を含めさせていただきました。マーベル闘魂ファイティングソウルズ20キャラクターのプレイヤブルを実装し
Yeah,
ま
it's
して、
release date's August
2026
6th.
年8月6日に発売いたします。
Pre-orders open next week, so please check out our variety of editions and goodies, and we can't wait to share with you some more info.
Please check it out and
Stay tuned.
I like that guy's shirt. Sony Santa Monica.
Mm-hmm.
You know what that means? Oh, here we go. This is the trilogy.
Your son.
No, I guess not.
Well, no, it's the trilogy. It's just we won't see it because it's kind of like just starting out.
hey, what's happening? What's happening, people? It is OGTC.
That's
That's
it,
right,
just
the
a
original God
little
of
logo?
War. Yeah, I'm back, baby.
Mhm.
And I'm thrilled to bring you some
For
exciting
now.
news about the series today. Starting with that
It's going to
teaser
be a
that you
year or
just
two
saw.
before we
Yeah?
probably get to
Now
see
look,
it.
we are happy and excited.
I just wanted to
finally
see if it was going to be like a
confirm that,
actual like fidelity upgrade, like looks like a newer
Great
game, or if it's
trilogy
just going to be like
remake
one
is
of the
now in
Metal Gear
development.
remakes, or
Yeah,
it's like, is this
man,
a
I know,
re-release or a
I know.
remake?
Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. Now look,
Uh,
this
it'll
project
get
is
a,
still in the early
it'll
stages.
probably get a
So it'll be a minute
stylized
before we get back to share another
rendering
update, right?
update.
But I'm telling you, next time we come back, we coming with
I
something
would not be
big,
surprised if it comes
yeah.
out looking like Hades.
And in addition, since we're approaching the last few months of God of War's 20th anniversary year, we couldn't let it close without one last surprise. Now, this announcement is a passion project that will let you experience God of War's signature brutal combat, rewarding exploration, and heartfelt storytelling like you've never heard it before. I'm telling you. That's all you get. So, thank you for 2 strong decades of support, and we can't wait for you to see what we've got cooking to keep the next 20
Why does he
years
remind me of like the
surprising,
black Jeff
fresh,
Goldblum?
and fun as hell to play.
It's probably his sleepy
You
eyes.
can watch it now. Go.
It's like his the
Why are you still
mannerisms.
here? Go.
And even in the face, he looks like him.
Go.
I remember the name of the show. Do you remember
Anybody else see it?
Queen Latifah's show, Living Single?
Oh yeah.
Well, the first thing that comes to mind, I always think of that show.
Before I was a father. Before I was a god. I was a Spartan.
What the fuck is this shit? This is not what I was expecting.
Here is a reaction. Courage is a decision. Press your attack. Don't relent.
Is this young man Kratos?
Never left behind.
Hmm?
Yeah, it's before he was a god. He was a Spartan.
The legendary saga of gods and monsters, of tragedies and triumphs, of destruction and redemption begins here.
Heroes, be ready for Sparta.
This is only the beginning.
Just what all the God of War fans wanted. Just what all the God of War fans have been craving. Get to play as little boy Kratos on his journey to discover manhood with his best friend. It's a story of brotherhood and companionship and outdated looking gameplay and animations and would have been judged harshly possibly in the Super Nintendo era. What the fuck was that? I was like, oh, but just wait for this. It's a fucking
PlayStation.
Wow.
Just what all the God of War fans wanted.
Next, get your God of War toys at McDonald's. It's in your Happy Meals.
Oh, the adult Happy Meals are coming
little
back?
boy
I'm gonna get
Kratos
some.
today. It's in the Mighty Kids meal today at McDonald's with an 8-piece.
Comes with a Spartan spear with each Kratos kid.
Oh, yeah, and if you're lucky, you might get his companion friend, best friend Sparky. I don't know his name.
You mean the boy?
The boy. The other boy. Oh, yeah, baby. You guys are ready for this. You ain't gonna wait to see what's coming now. It's me back with the latest revelations into the God of War. And what we got today is gonna stun you, baby. Little boy Kratos. Wow.
Honestly, I think they would have did better knocking off Hades and making a roguelike kind of game. I know they have like a roguelike mode for the Ragnarok or whatever, but yeah, they would have been better with the Hades art style than whatever that was.
At least it wasn't little girl Aloy. Because we've seen enough Horizon as well these days. But holy shit. Wow, that actually caught me off guard. I did not see that coming. I figured it was just gonna be like some other God of War like announcement to go along with it or something, you know, like I'm kind of I'm a little flabbergasted, fellas.
I think it would have been better ending the show with God of War Paint. What are your war paint today? And I think people would probably be a bit happier with.
I mean, so here's the other thing is like that God of War trilogy remake, like it's been rumored for years and years and years now. It seems like they're just now starting it.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be farther along.
Yeah, that sucks, right? That
I
kind of sucks.
bet you it's one of those things
it's a
where people are
PlayStation
trying to
6 title.
they were trying to speak it into existence or something, and then Sony's like, you know what? Yeah, let's do that. Meanwhile, they were probably working on that. Well, they had some other team, I guess, working on that. Kratos the Spartan.
Well, I just feel like Sony probably didn't have enough studios and manpower to work on like side projects like that and the mainline God of Wars. And now Sony's getting to the point where they have those teams where they can start kind of making some additional stuff, and especially after seeing the God of War is basically their main big IP that they have.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the show may have ended in a whimper. I can't believe they ended with that shit. But at least overall, I think they had some good stuff, right? Like for the state of play, finally they have some like a state of play that's like a little bit loaded, bigger show, right? That actually has multiple things for people to look forward to. It wasn't a whole lot of new stuff. I mean, we saw Beast and Reincarnation again. We saw Pragmata again. We saw Resident Evil again. We saw Marvel Token again. You know, we saw there's a lot of agains. You know, I'm trying to think of. I mean, for me, the most exciting thing was that they acknowledged they're making a new Dead or Alive game, which is I was worried that they will never make another Dead or Alive game. So that had me excited. Plus, they also were updating the game again somehow. Kena 2 was a big announcement. We saw Bond again. We saw Control again.
I think the John Wick thing might have been like the most exciting announcement out of that, honestly, just because it's such a big IP movie wise, and they're having it's seeming like a AAA game finally for that series.
Yeah, I mean that was good. We saw Cock of War.
Oh yeah,
that was a new announcement. The game looked like it could be fun.
The Silent Hill transmission was a
Windless or something.
Yeah, that's Silent Hill Townfall.
Yeah,
that looked really good. Silent Hill Townfall.
that and
I thought it was
Castlevania.
called Transmission. Was it
No,
Townfall?
Townfall. I think.
Yeah, it
Oh.
was Downfall.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just saw Silent Hill, and then like maybe it's like the pre-order bonus. I saw Transmission somewhere along. I don't know. Maybe
So-
I was just reading something wrong.
They just announced that Horizon game the other day. Why wasn't it here? That was
Because
at the
it would
Nintendo.
probably
Oh,
went
you
on-
mean Concord 4?
Yeah, it would have went over like a wet fart.
Yeah, that's Concord 4.
Now, is Marathon Concord 2 or Concord 4?
Marathon is Concord 2, and then Highguard was Concord 3. So this new Horizon game is going to be Concord 4.
Is Fair Game even in production still, or did they cancel that?
Who the fuck knows, Fuzzy? Who the fuck knows? I mean, Herman Hulse knows. I mean, besides like I know that Jade Raymond had left, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when she left, it was like they're still working on the project or something, supposedly, but we haven't heard anything about it. That game was supposed to be out last year.
Yeah.
And it's not, obviously. When Concord flopped as hard as it did, and honestly, I think before Concord even came out, I think they were already hitting the panic button. Like you had a lot of moves take place at PlayStation before that happened. I think it was after the State of Play, or it wasn't even the State of Play. It was the first time they did a big showcase in a while, right? It was like a summer showcase. It was like an actual showcase. It was the first one they'd done in like 2 years. And that's when they revealed Concord and they revealed Fair Games. And those were like their big announcements. And everybody hated the show. Like Keeley's poll up there was like D. The PlayStation fans like, what the fuck is this? All this. I think after that they hit the panic button. We're like, oh shit. And because after that, Jim Ryan left. Then you had starting to have some cancellations of some of the projects. Then Concord came out, and I think they had held on to some, and Concord was like, hey, we're gonna go all in on this one, and it flopped so bad and was so devastating to them that I think it like shook them to their core of everything that they thought they were doing as a company. And we're seeing now just like the kind of the fallout of some of that still. I mean, they're still working on some cool games. Like I'm still excited for like Intergalactic. I think Saros looked good again. I think it looks great. We didn't see Wolverine here, but that's one I know a lot of people are excited for. I haven't seen enough yet to get super excited for Wolverine because some of the leaked footage that was out there didn't look as good to me, but that could just be because it was early stuff,
The dismembering robots.
Yeah, the robot thing threw me off with Wolverine 2 on that trailer. I liked a lot of what I saw in that trailer, but I didn't like that you only dismembering robot limbs, So yeah, this is interesting. I mean, this is not. Well, it's like February, so we shouldn't expect this to be like their big showcase or biggest show of the year or anything like that. But I thought they had a lot of good stuff still. First party wise, there was a couple things here and there. There's also some things missing, But overall, I think good show. I would give it a solid like B.
Yeah, I agree. Solid B is what it deserves. I try to look at it as okay. There's a handful of games as a PlayStation 5 owner that I would probably buy, but knowing me, I'm probably going to buy them on PC. Like Castlevania is probably either going to be on Steam, or if it's Play Anywhere, it's going to be on Xbox because I'd rather play that on like my Steam Deck or something like any handheld device. That seems like that would be better suited there. Silent Hill, definitely looking forward to that one. But I believe that's a multi-plat, although it's not showing in the Xbox store. I know Belmont Curse is for the Castlevania. Star Wars Galactic Racer. That's a definite buy.
I mean, it was all the third-party stuff, right?
Yeah. Soros, if it was PC day and date, I would probably just pick it up day and date, but I'll wait like I did for what was the other one? What the heck do they call it? Returnal?
Yeah.
That one I waited until it was on sale on
Oh,
PlayStation.
Soros?
Was that Jasper? Hello?
Oh, I thought you were trying to think of the. I thought you were trying to think of the name for
Yeah, no. Yeah.
The other game was Returnal.
the new Returnal game, Soros. But
yeah, Saros, yeah.
Yeah, but like it would have made sense if they put that PC day and date, because when they
yeah.
did that delay thing for Returnal for PC, it only did like I think another 250,000 copies to the 500,000 copies that it initially sold, so it didn't really move the needle. But if you're putting it on PC day and date, you probably sell a few more copies than you did come Returnal time. So we'll see.
Hold on. What do you give it, Jasper?
I'll give it like a C plus. I think there was a lot of interesting for the PlayStation library. Even though you had some first party games, I feel like there was a lot more stuff that's not necessarily their normal cup of tea, like your kind of third person action adventure games. You had a lot of variety this show for them that more than they usually give.
Yeah. I agree. That's what I liked about it. The third party shined, you know. There's a lot of good stuff with all of that. A lot of it was stuff we've already seen, you know, but there was some cool new announcements also that like, oh, cool, like what's that going to be like, or you know, like the John Wick game. I'm curious, what's it actually going to play like now? You know, I want to see more of that, and stuff. You know, so overall, a solid show. First party was not really holding down the fort, especially the ending. I think that the whole we're just starting this trilogy remake, and also here's this thing that nobody asked for today, and in fact, actually, it might. I would think God of War fans wanting that trilogy remake or having new God of War stuff, that it would be even better not to even release what they did today. Now, I haven't seen anybody's reaction to it. I don't know. Maybe people are loving this game that came out today, but it just seems like that's not what God of War fans would want at all. Like, I'd imagine, like, hey, I'm trying to think of a good example for Xbox. So, hey, everybody, we're not announcing a new Gears of War. We're not announcing a Gears of War trilogy remake, or we are announcing that, but it's going to be like we're just started it. But in the meantime, play this today. You can play as Marcus and Dom as kids as they find themselves together and become soldiers for the first time. Like, nobody wants that shit. Am I knocking a passion project? Yes, I am. If that's a passion project,
they know that their next big God of War thing is.
I think we're on a delay, Jasper, because
I kind of feel like they know that the next big God of War thing's far away.
Yeah, we're on a delay. Like it takes like 5 seconds, I think, for him to hear anything I'm saying for some reason. Am I knocking a passion project? Yeah, I think overall, like, did they say it's a passion project for who's passion?
Yeah,
Whose? It wasn't Jaffe, the original creator of God of War. Whose
Yeah.
passion project was it? Because Jaffe was original creator. Like, if this is what David Jaffe wanted to make, and they brought him in, and he's like, yeah, my passion project is to make this game. That cool.
Yeah,
But like,
they don't talk to him anymore.
Yeah,
they
no.
try to they try to distance themselves for whatever reason.
So God of War team's passion project is to make Kratos like a teenager and like in that looking game. I don't know.
As I was saying, I think that the next big God of War thing is far away, so they're just like, what can we milk God of War with right now that's quick and easy?
Yeah, maybe. Right? And maybe people are going to love it. Yeah, and Fuzzy says Jaffe's playing it right now. Maybe David Jaffe loves it. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know. If that was like, I'm just trying to flip it in my mind, and if that was like Gears of War, right? Something that I care about, I would be like, what the fuck is this? You know? I would be like disappointed or pissed off, and I would be like saying, yeah, passion projects are cool and all, but like, why, like, I'd rather them not even do that, because it's like in a way bastardizing what I love about it, you know? But anyway, that's just me, I guess. Well, moving on from the state of play. Today wasn't just about PlayStation. We also did have some other news, and one thing I wanted to bring up, because we had brought this up a little bit during the stream, because everybody's calling everything Concord 2 and this and that and everything, right? Highguard developers spoke up today. Highguard is a game that was the final game shown at the Game Awards just in December, and got huge eyes brought upon it. Games Media said it was going to be the next big thing. The Games Media was saying this thing is like going to be amazing. It's so great. Everybody's going to love it. They didn't show anybody else the game except for some behind the closed door things, and they didn't market it or anything like that very heavily outside of the Game Awards until the day the game launched. After all the Games Media saying, hey, you guys got to see this thing. You guys got to play it. You're going to love it. Just wait. Hey, you're going to apologize to me later when you actually love this game. This is the kind of stuff that they were saying. Game came out. We streamed it here. Me and Kate did. I thought it was fun. I thought it was a fine game. I didn't really have any major issues with it. I just thought it was really for me. I felt like it was kind of generic in a lot of ways. There was some nitpicky things that I could point to, you know, as well. But overall, I just think it was just whatever, you know, and I don't know what their expectations were, you know. I don't know what their expectations were as a development studio originally, and I wanted to get into what this developer said, because I find his comments interesting. And first off, have you played Highguard, Jasper? Did you try it?
I did not, and I did not care to.
Okay, fine, fair enough. And, what about you, Fuzz? Did you care to or try Highguard at all?
Same as Jasper. It didn't interest me when I saw it. Didn't try it. Wasn't planning on trying it.
Right. So me and Kate played it for maybe like 2 hours. Played some matches. We're like, oh, okay, this is what it is, and uninstalled it. Right. We weren't trying to purposely go out there and trash the game, you know, or anything like that. We're just giving it a chance, see if it could get its hooks in us. We started having a little fun. One game was like, I was like, this is actually the most fun I've had playing this game. But still, even then, it was like, it wasn't engaging enough to make me want to play it again. It had some annoying things about it that I didn't really like. But was it horrible? I don't know how horrible it was. It was just not necessary to exist. Maybe. I don't know if that's I don't know if that's a nice way of putting it or a really negative way of putting it, but it didn't need to exist. Max22TH54, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Says, sup, Mav, Fuzzy, Jasper, and all. Sorry I'm late. Did I miss your state of play scores? Hashtag Go Hawks. Yeah, congratulations on the Seahawks win, bro. I was happy that they won too. Although that game sucked ass. That game was horrible. That was boring ass Super Bowl, bro. That like, I'm sorry. I don't want the Seahawks to go back to the Super Bowl just for the fact of how boring that fucking Super Bowl was. Now, congratulations to them, and I think they're a great team deserving of it. But man, that Super Bowl sucked to watch. It was nothing happening at all the entire game. And when the scores happened, it was like, it didn't even fucking matter. Nothing mattered during that Super Bowl. It was the weirdest thing watching the whole Super Bowl. And it was like, the one team sucking so bad that it was like, well, like, this is what it is. The Seahawks defense played amazing. And I'm also very happy for DeMarcus Lawrence getting his Super Bowl. As a Cowboys fan, I really liked him, and I think he is deserving of that. So congratulations to him and to you, Mac. Thank you for the $5. Appreciate it. Well, Highguard, it kind of came and went, and now we're seeing some reactions from some of the team that was laid off, because in the wake of Highguard's lack of explosion, I guess I'll say, because I don't know what they were expecting. And that's what I've been talking about for a while, ever since the game came out, even with the Game Awards being the last game shown there. I didn't know what their actual expectations were, So if maybe, 10,000, 15,000 players for a new studio and a new IP concurrently was good for them. I don't know. It was dropped down significantly. It was like 4 or 5. Oh, state of play scores. He wants their state of play scores. I gave it a B. Jasper, you gave it a C+, I think is what you said.
Yeah.
What did Fuzzy give it? Did you give it a score, Fuzz?
Gave it a B as well.
B as well. Yeah. The ending was horrible, Mac. Third party carried the show. A lot of great third party stuff there. Soros looked pretty good. Yeah, I thought overall lots of cool stuff at that showcase. Highlight announcement for me, just to recap: Dead or Alive, they are making a new Dead or Alive game. That's my most exciting thing that they said at the show. All right, so back to this. Josh Sobel, who was a dev on Highguard, who was one of the ones laid off, because they laid off almost the entire team. He made a post. It said, reflecting on shipping my first game, Highguard. Apologies for the length. Been wanting to say a lot of this for a while. It says, the day leading to the Game Awards 2025 was amongst the most exciting of my life. After 2.5 years of passionately working on Highguard, we were ready to reveal it to the world. The future seemed bright. Everyone I knew who had any connection to the team or project had the same sentiments. This is lightning in a bottle. I trust this team wholeheartedly. If there's one project nobody in the industry is worried will fail, it's yours. This has mainstream hit written all over it. There's no way this will flop. I could play this game all day. Maybe the only person they talked to is Keeley. I don't know. Real quick, Jay Rembert, $5 super chat. Appreciate you. Says, unpopular opinion, but Microsoft strategy sucks. But it is what it is, and I'm looking forward to that Xbox PC. I wonder if PS would put those God of War games on PC. Most of all of PlayStation's games are going to PC. So I think that is probably pretty likely. Especially if they're doing the trilogy remake. I would say that would make a lot of sense as you're trying to attract new fans to a franchise. So yeah, thanks, Jay. Appreciate it. So basically, that's the only thing they heard. Like across the board, everybody's like, "This game's amazing. You know, everybody's going to want to suck your dick after this game comes out. I don't know if he actually heard that. I hope not. But you get the gist. The internal pre-reveal feedback, even from unbiased sources. So most of them were biased. This is what is funny. This is what is funny. Like, hear this part. The internal pre-reveal feedback, even from unbiased sources, most of them were biased, but even the ones that weren't was quite positive. And where it was negative, it was constructive and often actionable. People who played the game, including us, had a blast. And since we were an independent self-published studio built with royalties in mind, many of us were hoping this could finally be the thing that broke the millennial. Why am I saying millennial? Millennial. That's the same word. Am I saying the same word twice? I'm having a stroke, everybody. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
That broke the millennial financial curse. It looks weird to me when I'm reading it for some reason. But then the trailer came out, and it was all downhill from there. Content creators love to point out the bias in folks who give positive previews after being flown out for an event, but ignore the fact that when their negative-leaning content gets 10 times the engagement of the positive, they've got just as much incentive to lean into a disingenuous direction, whether consciously or not. So immediately he goes like, hey, we're all excited. Everybody was like, hey, this is amazing. Even the unbiased ones. And then they say, but then the trailer came out and it was all downhill. Content creators love to point out the bias in folks who give positive previews, blah, blah, blah. But ignore that their negative leaning content gets 10 times the engagement. Okay, fair enough. There is something to that, grifting, as a lot of us call it, or just negative content for the sake of clicks is a massive thing. People love to ride hate trains these days. It's part of gamer culture. It's one of my least favorite things about gamer culture in general. But sometimes a game is just what it is. So, you know, you can read into that what you will. But he says the hate started immediately. In addition to dogpiling on the trailer, I personally came under fire due to my naivete on Twitter, which almost all of my now former coworkers had learned to avoid during their previous game launches. After setting my Twitter account to private to protect my sanity, many content creators made videos and posts about me and my cowardice, amassing millions of views and inadvertently sending hundreds of angry gamers into my replies. They laughed at me for being proud of the game, told me to get out the McDonald's applications, and mocked me for listing having autism in my bio, which they seemed to think was evidence the game would be woke trash. All of this was very emotionally taxing. Now, I will say, people going after devs all the time personally and just shit talking them and stuff, even if they don't like the game, like, there's no fucking point or reason for that. There's all different kinds of people out there. Everybody is different. Everybody can be excited for different things. Everybody can think something else is good that somebody else doesn't. And there's no reason to go personally attack somebody for not liking what they're making. That's just fucking stupid, you know? So I'll definitely defend them on that one. There is much constructive criticism that can be and has been said about Highguard's trailer, marketing, and launch, but I don't think it's my place to commentate on that. Why? Commenting on everything else, but he says there's much constructive criticism that can be and has been said about Highguard's trailer, marketing, and launch, but I don't think it's my place to comment. Why not? You're commenting on everybody else hating your game and how you think maybe it was unfairly judged negatively, but you won't comment on the actual issues with the game and the marketing and launch? So why is it not your place to commentate on that, but it's your place to just basically blame everybody else? Anyway, that comes across as weird. If anything, that should be your place to commentate on. Anyway, I also don't think there's any way to know whether the launch would have fared better or worse without the massive spotlight that was thrown onto us in response to the Game Awards trailer placement. But we never got that chance. Well, that was also y'all's decision in the end. You weren't just thrown there. Right? So, like, there is a partial blame there. If you are putting that spotlight on your back, you got to be ready for it. We were turned into a joke from minute one, largely due to false assumptions about $1 million ad placement, which even prominent journalists soon began to state as fact. Within minutes, it was decided this game was dead on arrival, and creators now had free rage bait content for a month. Now, between the launch of Highguard and the Game Awards, did I see a month hate train on Highguard? Long rage bait, massive stuff? Or did we just see a lot of people like, where's Highguard? Why aren't they showing us anything? Am I wrong on that, Fuzz?
No, I think more people were like, well, is there going to be a test run, a beta, or anything like that? When are they opening up the servers? I don't. I would say there was more people giving pushback to Keighley constantly posting about it. Like,
yeah.
I would say, this is just my opinion on it. If Keighley hadn't stuck his neck out to, kind of carry this game on his back, it would have probably been in a better place when it launched as a shadow drop, and there would probably be more players. The minute you put it on the stage and it's the last thing shown at like the Game Awards, it automatically gets a level of scrutiny that was far beyond what they could even handle, even 2 years down the road of updates and listening to the player base and whatnot. Like that's a place that something like a Cyberpunk or a GTA or something that's that big of a third party title normally sits in that spot. And if there's anything less than that or anything different from that, people are going to start nitpicking because they're expecting
it wasn't what they wanted to see.
That to be the dessert at the end of the meal. Yeah. So I didn't really see a hate train other than towards Keighley himself, and then him being like, y'all are going to need to apologize and all this, or y'all are going to regret all this negative. Like, he should have just shut up about it. He should have been like, hey, small team, great devs that worked on Titanfall and Apex Legends. I was trying to do him a favor. I apologize if I messed things up, but looking forward to this game, and I think you should give it a chance. If he had just said that and then gone radio silent about it after, I don't think there would have been as much of a problem. But
yeah, instead of like, you're going to have to apologize to me later. Yeah, it's like poking the bear a little bit.
Yeah.
And I mean, also, like, they didn't show anything, so there's nothing for people to react to anymore. It's just people picking apart one trailer. You know what I mean? And it's like, you put that out there, the game's coming out soon, people are expecting to see other things, but no, nothing comes out. You don't give anybody anything to retract from what they're saying. Instead, you're just saying, no, trust us, it's great. You know what I mean? And that, I think that kind of like rubbed people the wrong way as well. But I didn't really see a whole lot of Highguard content, is what I'm getting at. Like, he's big creators and stuff, like a month long. It's like he's saying like the biggest creators all had a month long where they only thrived on Highguard content. You know what I mean? And that's just not reality we lived in.
Yeah.
Like that, we had content about Highguard, like I've seen videos and stuff like that. But it was like this person may put out one thing, another person may put out like one thing. And because it was a relevant conversation, I think, at the time, and maybe a lot of people said like, hey, this looks like shit. And that's not necessarily rage baiting. That's just them giving their opinion. There's a lot of opinionated content creators that's what they do, is they just go out there and they give their opinion on stuff, and they have a lot of people that follow them. And yes, I think, do these people have maybe too much influence? I think at times, but that's not necessarily at the fault of those creators either. That's not the fault of everybody that can't think for themselves and that just blindly listens to the creators and decides that I hate this because this person said it's shit, right? So like I mean, that's more of a social thing, I think, just a mental thing, way people's brains work. If you see negative things about something, it makes it harder for you to enjoy it because you have other people's negative thoughts in your mind. And is it okay that I like this? Is it not okay? Or am I looking for the same things that they didn't like about it when I'm playing it? Or am I going to judge it ahead of time before I even touch it? Because of what everybody else is saying, it's more cool to hate on this and not like it than it is to enjoy it. So there is something to that, because I've seen that across not just gaming, just in general, like with media and just culture in general, right? So, but that being said, sometimes something's not that great, and people are just pointing it out, and it's not necessarily really like people's fault for pointing it out. Now, some people can go excessive, like he's talking about online, and attack and stuff like that. That's like stupid and uncalled for. But if you see negative content on a game, I don't know if it's I don't know if it's like necessarily purposeful for people to always try and kill something. Sometimes it feels like it is, right? But in this case, I didn't really feel like that until after the game came out, and everybody was dogpiling on it then, but we'll get into that on what he said here. So we returned to a joke from minute one, largely due to false assumptions about $1 million ad placement, which even prominent journalists soon began to state as facts. Within minutes, it was decided this game was dead on arrival, and creators now had free rage bait content for a month. Every one of our videos on social media got downvoted to hell. Comment sections were flooded with copy, paste, meme phrases such as Concord 2 and Titanfall 3 died for this. At launch, we received over 14K review bombs from users. Less than an hour of playtime. Many didn't even finish the required tutorial. And discussions online about Highguard, Concord 2XKO, and such, it is often pointed out by gamers that devs like to blame gamers for their failures. And that's silly. As if gamers have no power, but they do. A lot of it. So here's where he is solely pretty much... Okay. I'm not going to say he's solely putting the blame because he's saying he's not, but he pretty much is. Because he goes on to say, I'm not saying our failure is purely the fault of gamer culture and that the game would have thrived without the negative discourse, but it absolutely played a role. All products are at the whims of the consumers. Yes, they are. Of course the consumer is going to play a role with how well your consumer product does. No shit, Sherlock. Like, what the fuck are you thinking? Yes, we're going to put out a game and not expect the consumer to actually have a say-so whether they're interested in playing it or not. You can't just jam shit down people's throats and expect them to fucking swallow it. Yes, the consumer is going to decide whether they're interested in playing it or not. They have that power, as they should.
It makes me think of, like, when you look at business and even, let's say, game design. I'll try to wrap this up here pretty quick, but whenever there is a failed business out there, it becomes an example for people going to college for business as what not to do. Like, these are key steps that you shouldn't do. And to some extent, when you look at gaming, there are games that are like that I don't know if they have those same discussions in school. Not that they, came fresh out of school or anything, but it's like we heard how the devs for Anthem didn't pay attention to Destiny or The Division as far as their ups and downs. Like, They just wanted to be in that same space as far as like a looter shooter that has a live service component, but they didn't pay attention to what the community was saying or doing within those games. They just wanted to kind of put blinders on, make their game how they wanted, and good luck to you kind of thing. And that hurt them initially because there wasn't really an end game. But had they paid attention to the competition out there, they would have known that end game is probably the biggest thing that they need to focus on. The story, people usually rush through it. Not everybody, but a majority of your hardcore player base would probably rush through it to get to the end game, and they completely obliterated it. The devs for Highguard, especially if they came from Titanfall and Apex Legends and so forth, they should have known that if their original intention was to do a shadow drop, they should have stuck with their gut. Al Keeley, F yourself, we're not putting it there. But they probably got all starry-eyed and it's like, oh, we'll be in the Game Awards. Oh my God. But they probably should have just stuck with their gut and be like, no, you can't put our trailer out there. We're pulling the plug on that. We're going to do the shadow drop. We're going to stick to the plan. And I think they would have been better off. Like, you want to blame the player base on seeing one trailer, not really having a follow-up because your follow-up was to be a drop, not a drop ship, but a shadow drop. So it was a disjointed plan from get-go. So I would say that's a management issue more so than a gamer issue, because if you show a trailer and there's questions or conversations out there, there's your community manager. Do they even have a community manager at that time? Or were they waiting to bring somebody on after the launch? Did they even, seriously read the criticisms? Like, if they see that there's dogpiling, where's the meeting that they had saying, okay, it seems like these 3 key things are what a lot of people are discussing online. How do we address them? Do we make a public statement? Do we make a trailer geared towards that? Or do we do next weekend a free-to-play demo so people can kind of at least get some instance of the game and then some feedback that may help us for launch? They didn't do any of that. So that to me says it's a failing on their part from a business standpoint to do common sense business stuff. If you want to blame the customer, blame the customer. That's fine. That gets you just as far as, locking the doors and cutting the lights off. So I don't know. I point to, anytime there's a business pointing at the customer as the problem, me as the customer, I hold the mirror to them. It's like, if I'm not your customer, why are you pointing at me? If I was your customer, your job is to convince me to buy your product or to enjoy your product or test it out at least. And they didn't do any of that. So
no, I mean, and like kind of let the noise get out of control. It doesn't. I mean, I think a lot of like marketing people will probably study this whole situation. You know what I mean? Because overall, it was kind of strange. Just how it all went down. You had a game from a developer that nobody's ever heard of, right? A free-to-play live service game comes out that's meant to be a competitor to that whole free-to-play shooter genre, and you have mainstream games media pushing it hard, right? And they don't show anything for the month that it comes out, so the gamers didn't like what they saw for the most part at the Game Awards, right? For the trailer. And so after that, if you have a trailer that doesn't resonate with the gamers for the most part, and you follow it up with no content or any lack of materials, and then you just launch it and hope that's going to succeed, well, I think like you're already kind of had created the problem atmosphere, especially when those same game media people that you did fly out to events and all those other kind of things are basically going a little too hard for the game also. As well, telling everybody how ridiculous they are and all this other kind of stuff. So, and that goes into even after the game launched, they were doing the same thing, So he said basically, I'm not saying our failure is purely the fault of gamer culture and that the game would have thrived without the negative discourse, but it absolutely played a role. All products are at the whims of the consumers, and the consumers put absurd amounts of effort into slandering Highguard, and it worked. Yeah, that's got to be one of the hardest things to do as well. I will say this. In this day and age, with just the culture of social media in general, how to not become the game that people ride the hate train on, and it can be for social issues, it can be for political shit, it could be for the way the characters look, it could be for the game not looking as great. Like, I'm slandering the fuck out of that God of War shit at the end of the state of play because I'm like, what the fuck is that? I wasn't expecting to see that. Like, why does that exist? And maybe they would hate to hear that, but I'm just speaking my mind, now maybe somebody else agrees. No, Mav said this, so I'm going to I agree, or whatever, or maybe they don't. There is a point to where I think gamers ride on the trains a little too much, especially people that have no interest in it in the first place, or don't even ever care about playing it, or don't want to it's not their kind of genre or whatever. The game isn't meant for them to begin with, right? You know what I mean? Or they don't even want to give it a chance and stuff like that. So before I gave any opinions on Highguard, we played it. I think it should be fair to do, but a lot of people don't do that. They'll just completely obliterate everything that they see. And I'm doing the same thing with that God of War shit, But the reason I'm doing it is because it's God of War. We already know what God of War is, and it's not that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, anyway,
I think we're guilty of that from
100%.
time to time, where there's a game that either completely doesn't interest us, or maybe a genre that we don't care to even see, and it's like, oh, it's on the competitor's platform, or
Yeah.
it's not available for the particular console or whatever I have now. I get that, but it's like sometimes there's a reason why your gut tells you to say that or do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mainly because it's like kind of like what E-Ranks was saying, like, do we really need another, arena shooter kind of game or hero shooter? Like, there's a lot of them out there, and I would have to say, did this or in your playtime with it, did it deliver anything extremely unique? Like, I know they did the 5v5 later as like a
Yeah.
feedback thing that they received, but was there anything interesting about the characters or the mechanics, or the rewards in comparison to some other hero shooters?
No. I mean, the fact that you can ride a horse, I guess, or mount, was like interesting. There was parts I liked about it and parts I didn't like about it, but the parts I didn't like about it outweighed what I did like. Like it became something I don't want to really care to play anymore of. And I do like playing shooters. I like a lot of live service games. I like playing multiplayer games. So does my wife, and she didn't really dig it too much either. In fact, I think hated it even more than I did. Yeah, she said it felt like a generic mobile game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I kind of agree. I think the gunplay mechanics are pretty solid. But other than that, like, I didn't like a lot of the other mechanics in the game. I did like the push and pull aspect of how the battles can sway back and forth. But overall, it had some ideas I didn't think really worked. And I don't think that it was really balanced well. I don't think the abilities were good enough. There's a lot of things with it, but overall, I just thought it was you can have fun playing it, as you can most games, especially shooters. In a competitive environment, you can have fun, but it just wasn't retaining me. And I think that's what kind of actually happened, because despite all the negativity and all the hate, they got a lot of people to try the game. I think they had over 100,000 something concurrent at launch time, like when we were playing it, and they didn't retain the players. Right? So maybe a lot of people are just hate playing it. But if it is actually that good, I think you would have a lot of people be like, hey, actually, this is legit good, or this is actually really good. And it wasn't doing that. You had a couple out there, but even the ones that were saying it, yeah, this is good, stop playing it. So why did they stop playing it? It's because there's better games out there to play. And so a game's got to give people you don't just got to be a good game. You have to be a game that people are willing to play over other stuff. Especially in that genre, because they're already hooked on games, right? And there's a super competitive. That's why my question is like, what were their expectations? And I thought maybe they would be happy with like 15,000, 10,000 concurrent, because like it's a new studio with a brand new IP. Like maybe they would be happy with that, but it turns out they're not, because they laid off almost the entire studio. So I said many of Wildlight's former devs will now be forced to assimilate back into the actual corporate industry many gamers accuse Wildlight of being a part of. Now, every time someone thinks about leaving the golden handcuffs behind in favor of making a new multiplayer game the indie way, they'll say, but remember how gamers didn't even give Wildlight a chance? They gave you a chance if there was that many people playing the game. They gave you a chance. I will say they gave you a chance. They may have been slandering you. They may have been talking shit. They may have been posting negative content. But people installed the game and actually gave it a chance. Soon, if this pattern continues, all that will be left are corporations, at least in the multiplayer space. Innovation is on life support. Gamer culture is a real thing, though, and it does have an impact. I've spoken about that many a times, especially like hate trains on numerous things. And that happens from games media. Sometimes they all decide to gang up on something. Gamers all of a sudden.
Suicide Squad.
Yeah, like Suicide Squad or Starfield in a lot of ways, even though they leave positive reviews. Like if you actually read it, it leaves like a slander. Like they can give it like an 85 and be like, they failed to deliver. It was like, what? How does that even make sense? But then like another game that gets an 85 is like, wow, they really transformed this idea into something that I'll never experience again. Like it's weird how things can be written in a way, but the scores don't necessarily reflect what they're portraying out there. And a lot of that has to do with expectations. And I think games media themselves is one of the culprits sometimes of the same culture that we see being accused of gamers. I think it's true across the board. It does exist. I think this hive mind mentality of having to always hate what other people hate or whatever to be, I think it's a real thing. There's actual real studies about this shit. There's studies that have been done at universities about like, hey, we're going to put this many people in a room and read them positive things about a game, have them play it, and then ask them about the game afterwards, right? And see what they say. Then we're going to put another same amount of people in the room. We're going to read them negative things about the game that people have said. And then we're going to send them to play it and then see what they have to say after it's done. The majority of the time, the people that read the negative stuff, that played the same content, said negative things about the game, said they didn't like it after it was over. Whereas the people that read positive things about the game said they enjoyed the game, liked the game, and talked positive things about it afterwards. And so there's a real like mental thing going on with culture and society in general, and that I don't know how I think social media expands upon that greatly, right? Because the influence is that much more because you see stuff everywhere constantly. But it's like, how do you handle that as a marketing team, as a person? So all these devs and all these studios face the same challenges, right? No matter who the publisher is, no matter who the developer is, or whatever, they all face the same challenges. Anybody, any game, any company, anything can be put under the hate train at any moment, right? And this game was, to an extent, but also it wasn't that great. It just wasn't. So did it necessarily deserve the amount of hate it got? I don't necessarily think so. However, a lot of spotlight was put on it, and because of the amount of spotlight that's put on it, things are going to be kind of expanded upon, as they would have normally, like you said, if it had just kind of launched. But apparently they wanted a huge player count because they're shutting down most of the studio. So maybe they needed those eyes. Says, I wish the best of luck to the few who remain at Wildlight and hope Highguard can stay the course. I still believe in it, and so do the fans we've reached, who continue to champion it on the subreddit, Discord, Twitch, and social media. And even though this adventure has come to an abrupt and emotionally challenging close, I don't regret 1 second of it. Okay, so then he did this. This was kind of rubbed me the wrong way as well. He said he wanted to shout out some incredibly supportive journalists and creators who genuinely made a night and day difference in it during the past couple months. And he put like a bunch of people who just nonstop capped for this game and told everybody that they're fucking stupid for not liking it. And that's like, okay. So you're just going to put a bunch of people that are like defensive of you and your game to say thank you for defending our game and me. Even though, how about, there's no, in any of this, the main problem I have with this, I don't have a problem with him calling out gamer culture. I don't have a problem with him calling out anything else. It's the fact that that's entirely what he wrote about, and they took zero accountability for anything with the game and what they delivered and how it was marketed or anything. And he said, in fact, not my place to commentate on that. So don't, if you're going to go out there and blame the gamers for destroying your game, you can at least acknowledge why they fucking hated it. And not just say it was just because. Anyway. Well, do you think, like, I'd put a poll up, Fuzz. Shout out to Jasper also. His internet went out. I forgot to acknowledge that. Shout out to you. I don't know if you're still listening, Jasper. Miss you, bro. Hope you can make it in back again, but it's okay. I put a poll out yesterday. I just said I had tried Highguard. It was okay, but wasn't for me. Today we find out they laid off most of their staff. So obviously it didn't live up to their expectations. So I got to ask, what kind of expectations did they have? And what is to blame? And I put a poll up. Who to blame is Wildlight, bad game? Gamers and social media? Keeley and the games media? Or I just put unrealistic expectations? Because I put unrealistic expectations because, like, if they're laying off the staff, and this game just launched, and they're this quick to lay off the staff, what were their expectations in the first place for player counts? You know what I mean? Like, it is such a saturated... I mean, they're going against Overwatch. They're going against Marvel Rivals. You're going against games like Arc Raiders. You're going against Battlefield. You're going against Call of Duty. You're going against tons and tons of games. And your game's got to be special or stand out really, really well. And Keeley ain't going to make the difference himself. I'm sorry. Or whoever else you fly out there. And yeah, I know you said everybody said your game was all peachy and great. It was okay. I would have been nice to you if you flew me out there and you flew me out and had us check out the game. Like, hey, yeah, this is pretty fun. This is cool. Yeah, I like your ideas. I think it's got a chance. I would have said that.
Yeah.
I would have been like, no, this sucks. I would have been nice to them. I would have probably had fun playing with the devs. It's a different environment, Like, you could probably be in that environment there and with their setup and all these things everywhere probably, and they're like, yeah, I'm really into this. I'm absorbed by all of this shit, you know, and I want this to succeed. I like these people around me. I want them to succeed. I'm oozing positive energy. This is awesome. This is going to be fantastic. But that is not the real reality of the world when you put something out there to the public, you know? Like,
yeah,
it's just not. You can't expect everybody around you to say nice. Like, they're mostly going to be nice. You know, do they have people that are going to be assholes to them, say this Sam sucks dick, you shouldn't put it out, come in there? Probably not. You know what I mean? Like, just be realistic with that shit.
I think about the closest I've heard in more recent times was Marathon, because they brought in a lot of people that were Escape from Tarkov streamers,
Yeah.
and they were like, "Would you stream this over Tarkov or something along those lines?" And nobody raised their hands.
Right.
So I don't know. I never for gaming have I ever been flown anywhere or anything along those lines, but for other business related stuff in the automotive, I have, and I've done it long enough and learned the right way to critique things
Mm-hmm.
and to give them, uh, I would say, statistics or data why it needs to change. Like, quick example, there was a bumper company for Jeep. Well, they were a winch and bumper company,
Right.
and they're like, "Why aren't these selling?" And I'm like, "You're selling the same style bumper for the old vehicles for the brand new vehicle. They're two different customers. You can't put a C channel metal bumper on a new Jeep and think that people are going to buy it. Make a bumper like," and I gave them some other examples of brands where they encase the entire front frame and you could put the winch hidden in the bumper. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, "We sell 10 of these every hour on the hour, every day. You make this, I guarantee you they will sell. You keep selling these C channel things, they're not going to sell." And it took them like a year to change, tooling. They made a bumper that allowed that, and it became our third best selling bumper in a matter of like 2 days. So
Yeah.
yeah, you gotta be honest with them, or at least give them realistic feedback. Like, "Hey, I'm having fun, but what's going to draw me back here in the end game, or what's going to keep having me log in? Am I going to get rewards as far as cosmetics? Am I going to get rewards as far as power ups?" And if whatever that answer is, if it's something that doesn't seem like you'd be interested in, you know, playing this game over another game, or logging into this game daily to see, your character progression, then you got to tell them like, "Hey, we need the carrot at the end of the stick," or a different carrot at the end of the stick kind of thing to really, make this my go-to game over the Division or
Right.
over Arc Raiders or something like that.
I mean, I think there's something like, for sure, it's hard to pull people away, because I mean, a lot of these games, a lot of games of service games, live service games, are designed to keep you sunk into it, right? Because like,
Yeah.
most of these games, even just competitive shooters, the more entrenched you are, and the more dedicated sometimes you become to a game where that's where you're spending most of your time, the more you're actually getting out of it and discovering more things about it. Like, and you can take this to many like different genres too, like even sports games. Like, yeah, if you play, I'll use Madden as an example. Okay, if you play Madden and you just play it casually, or do like, I'm gonna play a season this year on Madden and then be done with it, or you play a game occasionally, whatever. But if you sit there and you play like multiplayer competitive, like 7-8 matches a day at least, right? And I'm talking about for months and months, you discover so much more in the game, and you become way better and learn all these aspects about different things, about how to read things, how to adjust to things, how to get out of certain situations, how to, and it could be the same with competitive shooters. Like when you're in this situation, how do you react? What's the best way to go through this area or whatever? Like it translates to so many different kinds of games, like Arc Raiders, like learning what's the best way to manage your inventory, or like what's the best loot to keep in your stash. And the more you keep investing sometimes into these games, the better a game gets, right? Because your understanding of it and its deep rooted mechanics, not just the surface level, become more apparent to you, and you can take advantage of those things, right? And that's one thing that's really satisfying about well-made games, is a lot of them have these like deep-rooted things that you don't discover until you've invested maybe like 100 hours into, and you like something clicks with you, and then you get better at it because of this or whatever, right? And a lot of these live service games and games of service games are designed that way, and you're gonna get more out of it the more you play, and not just in like rewards or whatever, but like just personal gratification of understanding and being good at the game, right? Or feeling like you're good at the game. And when you get to that level in a game like that, you start to like see things differently, and you like, it just clicks with you, become more competitive, It's hard to pull people away that are that entrenched into these games and ask them to learn a whole other new one. You know what I mean? Like, hey, stop playing Fortnite, stop playing this, stop playing that, stop playing this, whatever. Come try out this game. Yeah, you may get them to come and try it, right? But unless it's amazing, unless it is like, wow, holy shit, this is my new shit, they're just going to go back to what they're playing. Because that's home.
Yeah.
And that's home. And that's the gamers that they're going after. So you can't come out with something that's like, hey, we think this is pretty good. We think that this is pretty cool, guys. I think you might like it. Like, you got to come out with the shit. Right? Like, Arc Raiders hit it because it's the shit. Right? And it may not be for everybody, but it's for a lot of people. People loving that fucking game. Right? Like, it's really hard for these games to succeed, and it's not just because of negativity. It's because people see it and they're like, yeah, this is just kind of whatever. And so maybe they take that too far, and they go really hard after it, and maybe way too much, and that does have a detriment. But does that mean the game would have succeeded? Because if anything, I think the amount of conversation about the game got a lot more people to try it in the first place. Right? So if they hadn't been at the Game Awards, if they hadn't done anything, and that trailer popped that day that they launched and they just shadow dropped it, what would have been the player counts? If nobody...
I would say less than half.
Oh, yeah, way less.
They were.
Yeah. And maybe it grew from there. Maybe, but I don't know. It's interesting. But yeah, besides Highguard, the only other thing I wanted to touch on, because we're already going on over 2 hours because of the state of play. Like, holy shit, 25 years later, Fuzz, and we get Diablo 2 content?
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? That came out of nowhere, bro. Like, 25 years later, we get a new class in Diablo 2?
Mm-hmm.
What? And it finally hits Game Pass. It should have been a Game Pass from like ever since the ABK acquisition. I think they just put it in there now because, hey, it's a Game Pass, so now you can buy our $25 expansion. So, but yeah, it should have been in Game Pass. But yeah, finally in Game Pass. But yeah, man, that's pretty cool. What other companies are putting new content in 25-year-old games that have been pretty dormant? I know they came out with Resurrected. Was it probably 2021, 2022, something like that? I can't remember when it was. It was right
I think
before
some of that
ABK
was.
finalized.
Well, I think them doing the update for Resurrected was because not as many people were sticking with 3. I think people were leaving 3 and going back to 2, where you had a larger 2-player base, and then you had a lot of like player mods or guild mods and things. And I guess they figured, well, if we got a lot of people still playing this, the earlier one, let's go ahead and do that expansion. But I think now, especially considering that, they have their Immortal group, they have their, Diablo 4 group, 3 probably still isn't, as, beloved, or at least it doesn't seem from a player base standpoint. For the hardcore as 2 is. I guess they figured, well, let's go ahead and do this for 2. We'll have something to kind of fall back on and reintroduce some of the mechanics that people loved from 2. I think they're going to start introducing them into 4 as well and have that blend. But I can't think of any other game that's been that long in the tooth and somebody's going back, the original developer go back and do stuff. I mean, the most you usually get would be like a remaster or something like that, but not new content.
Yeah. I just thought it was really cool, man. I saw that, like, even if, like, am I going to go spend $25 on the Warlock expansion for it? I thought about it. I did.
Same.
They almost got me, but no, probably not. But there are a lot of people that are going to absolutely do that. And it's just cool to see that level of, hey, no, we're not only updating or remaster, or a lot of times for free, with a lot of these games, but they're actually go back and will make new content for a lot of these old games, man. And that's really cool. So I can't wait to see later this year the BlizzCon. And see what they got in store, because I mean, StarCraft's gonna get something.
Yeah.
Like, did you see there was a toy manufacturer that struck a licensing deal was for StarCraft toys? That was the thing that popped like yesterday, the day before. Something's coming. I think Jez had reposted that. Said interesting timing or something. Yeah, so we're getting some StarCraft announcement this year, guys. I got a really good feeling about it. I don't know if it's gonna be a traditional StarCraft. It's gonna be the StarCraft shooter, maybe be both. I hope for both.
I hope for both as well.
Yeah, it'd be absolutely amazing. All right, well, that's gonna do it, except for tidbits. So we're gonna roll through tidbits and see what games we got in store for the week. By the way, thanks everybody for watching the show tonight. Appreciate it. If you do like the content here, hit the like button, sub, notification bell, all that great stuff. Greatly appreciate it, and you're awesome. You rock. All right, so let's get into the last segment here. It is... there we go. It's Tidbits, the segment where we look ahead at the games releasing for the week. And I think one of them was on your list, Fuzzy. It actually just came out yesterday in Game Pass.
Yeah.
And I was surprised to see it because it's a Blaze Blue spinoff. And I actually loved Blaze Blue games back in the day. So I installed this. I haven't had a chance to play it yet, but I installed it on my PC. So I'm going to be giving this one a go. But let's get into it. Let me see. Where's my Discord? Here we go.
New Entropy Effect X came out today. Here's my list.
Yeah, people are saying this is like Dead Cells, kind of.
Yeah.
Looks cool.
It's priced at 30. Well, here's the weird thing. It's $34.99 in the Xbox store, but it's only $24.99 in the PlayStation store.
Oh, it's that pony discount.
Yeah. It's on PS5, Series X and S, and PC today.
It's in Game Pass, though. Maybe that's why. They're like, for the Xbox
Yeah.
gamers that are gonna buy it, we're gonna charge them more to make up for the ones that aren't because it's in Game Pass. Is it on sale on PlayStation, or is it just that's the regular price?
It looked like that was the regular price because you didn't have to have PS Plus to get that price.
Right. Blaze Blue is a franchise. It's been a fighting game franchise that started back in like the 360 era or so. It made by originally Arc System Works, and it was like they had Guilty Gear and they had Blaze Blue. So and this is Arc System Works as well, apparently.
All right, this next one is Dear Me, I Was. And it's on Nintendo Switch, PC, and your mobile devices, whether it's Android or Apple or iOS. It's $7.99 on all storefronts.
This is the next God of War spinoff coming next week. Meet Kratos' parents and meet how they met in school and fell in love. Is this like kind of like a Life is Strange like story thing? It looks like kind of maybe.
Yeah, kind of looks like that.
Dear Me, I Was. That's Arc System Works too?
Yeah.
Interesting. I have no idea what it is.
What are you doing?
All right, this next one is Killer In. It's in early access on PC from Square Enix. It came out today for $8.99. On Steam, it's got some mixed reviews, so not sure. But if you're a fan of Square Enix, this might be worth a pickup.
Or will the hunter become the hunted?
This looks like Among Us, but like 3D characters in like a whodunit. Like, yeah. This is like a who's the bad guy game. That's pretty cool. It looks weird also.
Yeah.
I don't know. For some reason, I have a feeling like this could take off because it's so out there.
I can just see matches where nobody's trying to solve the crime; they're just trying to kill each other.
Oh yeah. Murder mystery action.
All right, this next one is Mario Tennis Fever. It's a Nintendo Switch 2 for $69.99.
That the chicken game, Talos, that was called Cock of War.
Actually, I don't think they gave it an official name. Right now, they're calling it Project Windless.
Cool.
I'm assuming it's another one of those China Project games that we might not see until late this year or next year.
So this didn't really review very well, apparently. Unless I was mistaken, I think I saw it like in the 60s or something. It's strange.
Right,
for
this
anything.
This next one is Ride 6 coming to PS5, Series X and S, and PC this Thursday for $59.99.
I see Cybergunter's a fan of that God of War game. Glad somebody likes it. That's awesome, bro. I saw that on Twitter. He's like, I'm getting this. Ride 6.
This next one is Tomb Raider for mobile devices, coming to iOS and Android this Thursday. And it's $19.99 for your phone.
Something that keeps us going.
Such good games. Oh, lost
It's
connection. Oh no.
good game, but there's only a handful of games I remember seeing at $20, and they used to be a lot more graphically intense.
Yeah. I'm kind of sucked into this stupid like mobile game right now.
If you want to fight, I'll give you one.
Oh, I've been playing a little bit of that Pirate Yakuza Hawaii.
I need to download it. I know it just came to Game Pass like a couple of days ago.
It's so fun, man.
Now this game is Yakuza Kiwami 3 and Dark Ties, coming to PS4, 5, Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch 2 and PC for $59.99. Next one here is Clue, Murder by Death, from the PS5, Series X and S, Nintendo Switch and Switch 2, and PC for $19.99.
Okay.
This next one's a bit of a highlight for me.
What's wrong?
Ion Life 2 coming to PS5, Series X and S, and PC this Friday for $59.99 or in Game Pass Ultimate.
I played quite a few hours of the first one. It was pretty fun.
Yeah. And I think this one has a shorter time frame, but it has more exploration.
Right.
I think the other one was like supposedly like 25 to 35 hours or something. This one's between 15 to 20. But if you're going for collectibles and all the other hidden gems and stuff like that, it's like 50, 60 hours at that point.
Yeah, humans are barely sentient. Scientists have done studies, and their brains are like half the size of ours.
It'd be nice if it have like actual gameplay.
Yeah.
Skateboard's intriguing.
Co-op horror
Reanimal.
Next one is Reanimal from the PS5, Series X and S, Switch 2, and PC this Friday for $39.99.
Reanimal is an
Mm-mm.
Little Nightmares 1 and 2. You control a pair of siblings as they cross a vast island filled with hideous monstrosities and head-scratching puzzles, all to rescue their friends. Your clock Tarsius.
Didn't they just call this Little Nightmares 3?
Lurking in the dark corners of the island's decrepit buildings, but this time they've dialed the horror all the way up. Handily, you don't have to brave these freshly elevated frights alone. Reanimal is fully playable in local and online co-op. Is your co-op partner too squeamish? You're in luck. You can still subject yourself to all of the unimaginable horrors the island has to offer in single player. And if you want to get a head start, you can get stuck into the demo on Xbox right now.
Right, this next one is Rune Factory, Guardians of Asthma, or Zuma, I'm sorry.
Guardians of
From the
Asthma.
PS5. With the PS5, Series X and S this Friday for $59.99.
We are the Inhalers, Guardians of Asthma. Kind of has like a Tears of the Kingdom vibe a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Village building. Their name is Subaru.
Hey. Well? What are you looking for?
Dice Wars about to start. Move. Also, it has combat too. It's not just like a farming game.
Yeah.
Wow, look at those! Aren't they
I hate the format of this trailer.
Forgive me.
Yeah.
It's like village building. Let me show you a minute of village building.
It's clear we're united.
Fighting. Let me show you a minute of this.
With joy.
Romance. Let me show you a bunch of conversations and people walking slowly through fields.
Trying to see if there's another. Oh, you got up to 16 romantic options.
Candidates. They're just candidates. This is like The Bachelor.
Some kind of shadowy monsters attacking the village.
All competing for your love.
A long and perilous journey, but the fate of this land rests upon your shoulders.
Little do you know,
My life
they
force
all
is
have
always
asthma.
spent. Dancer, I bid you act in my stead.
Who are you going to save?
All this happened because I made you an earth dancer.
Even if we're destined for destruction, I'll always pray for our world to know peace and happiness.
That's an earth dancer's calling. To bring the land and its people together.
Cool.
PlayStation.
Right, this next one is Astrobot Botnica. Early access on PC this Monday for, I believe they're going to have a price of $39.99. You got Astrobot and Greenery, I guess. All right.
Live and drink.
Caves of Quad
Hide
from the Nintendo Switch Monday for $29.99.
I am a stone carver, and I commemorate the deeds of adventurers like you. In our world, where everything thinks, where everything feels, there's a lot to carve. I've seen adventurers of every kind. The horned, the winged, those with translucent skin, with bionic eyes, those who race through time to recruit clones of themselves, wall diggers, shrine desecrators, those who violate the laws of physics, who swapped bodies with a goat.
A game from when I first started playing on PC in the late 80s.
Yeah. With the door and walked around as a door. And of course, my most popular commodity, the tombstone. I've carved every death imaginable. Decapitated, swallowed whole, shot to death by lasers, crushed under the weight of 1,000 suns, turned into a gemstone, slammed to
Did you
death
play on
because they were
PC?
a door and someone slammed the door.
Yeah, well, the first PC I played on was basically a glorified Intellivision with a keyboard.
Right.
I had a computer called the Aquarius.
And take care I don't put your deeds
you know,
to stone.
I don't think Pops could spend the money for an Apple IIe or 2C or whatever back then. But the school had those. Then after the Aquarius, I got a Commodore 128. Because I think he realized that computer was more for gaming than it was for computing. So he got me the 128 and still could play games, but at least you could, write code and make colors flash on screen or have like banners and stuff. So like early computing days.
Is this game called Finger Blasting?
Yeah, Aerial Knights Drop Shot. From the PS4 and 5, Xbox One, Series X and S, and PC this Thursday for $19.99. It's a solo dev that you probably have seen on Twitter. He did the running game before this one.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in some of his games. What's
All
up,
right.
bro? Miss you, man.
This next one is this next one is Avowed, coming to PlayStation 5 this Tuesday for $49.99.
Great game.
Yeah.
It is a fantastic
Now,
game.
they'll have, I guess, all the updates, and we get the updates as well.
Yeah.
So,
And in politics. The source of the blight eludes us still. Just be careful. The Empire doesn't have many friends on these shores. And the Emperor would never forgive me if anything happened to you.
If you only have a PlayStation, that's the only place you play games, check out Avowed. You might really, if you like RPGs or you just like adventure action games, you might really like it. The combat is so fun.
yeah.
Where you been at, 3-Bit? What you been up to, bro?
Has a mind of its own. There is no easy path from here, for you or any of us. So you will decide. The choice is yours.
Now, will there be an Avowed 2, Fuzzy?
This will be the consequences.
I do think they're working on an Avowed too. It's weird. As popular as Outer Worlds 1 was, Outer Worlds 2 didn't reach those same heights, but Avowed surpassed what Outer Worlds 2 did.
Yeah, like they came out with that, Xbox Awards thing, and like Jez wrote an article also, and like Avowed did exceptionally well with players. Like a lot of people.
Forgotten world. One tale was foretold.
think people just like RPGs in like a high fantasy environment.
Not free to play shooter games though.
Awakened from a shooting star.
Where am I?
Oh,
Is this
this one
Pinocchio
is
torso?
Forgottenlings.
Are you the one we've been waiting for?
And this is coming to PC this Thursday for $19.99.
To prevent an ancient prophecy.
A creature will gobble up the world and cover it in
The 3-Bit's been working on his TV show and about to move. Again? Where the fuck you moving to this time? You just moved.
Abandoned objects built these realms.
Where are you moving?
created by man for a specific purpose.
You should have. When I said that, you should have seen Kate just give me a look over here. She's like, "He's moving again."
Standing proud on a
Bro.
ship he commands.
You missed the state of play.
Only he
You can go back and watch the first hour-ish of the show.
Big, I'll join you.
Oftentimes prophecies wither and die.
If you do this, the world will end.
But this story will now arrive.
Art style looks pretty cool on that.
Yeah.
Are you moving away somewhere, or are you just moving like to another like house, more towards the city? Right on.
Alright, this next one is Subnautica and Subnautica Below Zero. Both are coming to Nintendo Switch 2. You could either spend $29.99 each or get the bundle for $59.98.
Yeah, you can definitely tell the graphics are definitely downgraded.
Yeah, because this game on like a regular console is like eye candy.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
No Switch 2 version?
Across Seashell Island.
Oh, it's coming to the Switch 2 this time around. They didn't have a video for it, so it just showed Switch 1.
Yeah, I wonder if it looks any better on the Switch 2 than that.
I would hope so.
Treasure.
Right, this one is Under the Island. Coming to PS4 and 5, Xbox One, Series X and S, Nintendo Switch, as well as PC this Tuesday for $19.99.
Wonder treats and a hungry ram. Even a beehive can be negotiated. This same culinary cunning proves effective across the island. Of course, not every problem can be solved with snacks. Some enemies drop gold, others drop leak.
Listen, I should have learned long ago. Not every problem can be solved
premium upgrade
by
material.
snacks.
And somehow it works. But not all treasures glitter. Enter Hockey Techniques Volume 2. Great power, questionable authorship.
Quite a few
With it,
games this
our
week.
explorer redefines
Yeah.
combat and walking. Of course, these are but a few of the treasures scattered across.
This actually looks
Seashell
pretty fun.
Island.
Yeah.
The rest you have to discover on your own when Under the Island is released into the wild.
What's up, Omatoni?
And this is the last one, Star Trek Voyager.
And Jasper's not here
Across
for
the
it.
Unknown. Coming to PS5, Series X and S, Switch 2, as well as PC this Wednesday for $35.99.
Is this that strategy game?
I think it is geared to be more strategy
Like 4X
than
strategy?
yeah.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I'm gonna have to ask Jasper all about this because that actually looked pretty cool. Seeing the whole like side view of the ship and like management stuff with that, like I could actually maybe get into that.
PlayStation.
And that's it for the week.
That was it for tidbits, everybody. That's the games releasing for this week, at least the ones that we know of. But yeah, I want to thank you for doing that again, Fuzz, as always, bro. Appreciate you.
No problem.
Well, chat, it's been real. We will be back next week, next Thursday. Wait, Omi Tony says, I saw The Weeknd was at Sega last week, calling it out now. He shows up as a character in Crazy Taxi. More than likely, it's probably some like rhythm game, like Sega may be putting together. We'll see.
Yeah.
Who knows? Shout out to
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. If it was a Crazy Taxi Driver, that would be cool too. But yeah, maybe they're doing something with his music and other music. I don't know. Maybe The Weeknd is the super secret star of their super game. But yeah, thanks for joining, Fuzz. As always, appreciate you being here, dude.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Sorry, my voice isn't the greatest, and because I'm sitting in a different chair, I'm off camera instead of sitting comfortably and relaxed. I gotta sit upright so my back can heal. But as always, you can hear my rambles and rants anywhere on the internet. Just do a search for Fuzzy Belvedere. But yeah, definitely looking forward to being right here with you next Thursday.
Awesome, man. As always, appreciate it. And if you guys want to check us out also on Twitter, it's Fun Speculation on Twitter. Also, yeah, we'll be live on Thursday. I might do some game streams this weekend. Don't know for sure yet, but just keep your eyes open for that. Discord link is in the description, I think. If not, I'll make sure it gets put in there. And also, all the links for everybody that's part of Fun Speculation. Info will be in the description as well. And I hope you have a good one. Spotify audio listeners as well, you guys rock. Appreciate you. If you do like the content, leave a review and it'll help people discover us there as well. But yeah, shout out to Jasper also. Sorry his internet sucks. You can blame the American government for that. But hope you all have a good one. Take it easy. Peace out and good night. Bye.